probably did. That girl beat her before. It's already over. I think it's already over. Yeah. 31 seconds.
I need a program.
Oh, you want here.
Here, that way I don't mess that up.
Okay. I should have some too. I just don't know where to dig it out right now. Dang, she lost 31. Is that what they said? 31 seconds into it? That girl's really a specimen, I guess, for them.
Oh yeah.
See if you can verify that 31 seconds. I can take the air. You don't even have to watch. You could probably just go to K-Shaw and look it up, and I guess I can too. Oh, I got it. It is 31. I got it now. I'm good to go. All right. The Abilene High School basketball teams wrap up the regular season tonight at home versus Hayes. The Cowboys have much on the line tonight in their matchup with the Indians. With the win, they secure a top 4 finish in the 4A West standings, which will give them home court advantage in the postseason. We're also going to keep you updated. And really, for the two girls in Salina, it's over because Lindsay Beekman just wrapped up her day. Skyly Flaster, Lindsay Beekman both competed today at the inaugural Girls State Tournament in wrestling. Hello, everyone. My name is Trent Sanchez. I'm going to be joined by a good friend of mine on this broadcast, Mr. Danifer. Thanks for stepping up and helping out tonight.
You bet, Trent. Thank you for the invite.
Just to introduce folks to you, because we're a small town, you know, everyone wants to know everyone. I coached with you. I don't even know how many years ago that's been now, but I really enjoyed. We coached together for 2 years. Mm-hmm. We were under Darren Whiteley on the grade football staff. Mm-hmm. And your wife is currently coaching at the middle school, and she coaches, what, 8th grade basketball?
8th grade assistant coach.
Under
yes.
Molly Burton.
Uh-huh.
And it's over. She lost. She got pinned in 31 seconds. And it's 5-Star Studios, right? Well, just a minute. I was communicating with Charity Bathurst. I just want to remind folks again that not only can they listen to us, Eric, they can watch and hear us as well with 5-Star Studios. I need to write that down, 5-Star Studios, because I was calling it 5-Star Productions the other day. But your wife teaches elementary at Eisenhower, 5th grade.
5th grade. She teaches math. Well, she's a homeroom teacher, but math's her specialty. And yeah, she's been doing that 2 years.
And it's been a while since you and I worked together, but I think it's been 4 years.
Yeah, about 4 years ago.
Now you're a youth pastor, right?
Yeah, associate pastor at Abilene First Christian Church. Been here about 7 years now, and I also get to drive a school bus for the district, so that's fun.
Where is it's First Christian's on Buckeye, right?
Yeah, 7th and Buckeye.
Okay, I know what you're talking about. Over there by Garfield.
Yes.
Now this is a big day for you because part of the reason you're here, you love the Abilene Cowgirls and Cowboys, but talk about what your daughter's going to do out there. What's going on with her today?
Our oldest, Naomi Danifer, she is going to sing the national anthem solo. Usually the AHS Singers group sings, which she's a part of, but 4 of those young ladies are at state vocal concert or competition, and so Naomi's going to sing the national anthem tonight.
Well, and if you need a breakaway at any time, you go do that because I know your family's down here to watch her.
Oh, that's okay. Yeah, it's kind of our normal seats when we can make a game. So,
and I'm just trying to get everything set up here to talk about what took place in Salina today. And I don't know if you heard about this. It's a little bit controversial, and I don't want to sit here and rail away at people because until we're in the position of being in charge of something, it's never that easy. But something happened today as far as the wrestlers that's a little bit disappointing, and I'll explain that here in just a second. All right, so what happened was that the girls go today. I'm going to be in Salina tomorrow and Saturday. Curtis Ryan will be helping me. We'll do just like last year, we'll do every match live on KABI. And actually, Abilene's in the first match of the day. Chris McClanahan is literally the first match of the day at 10 a.m. So we're going to take the air right at 10 a.m. to get that match on. But the girls' tournament's today in Salina. And what happened is you can only have a maximum of 5 matches. So Skyly Flaster, she got beat early, but she got to the 3rd place match. She had already wrestled 5, so she couldn't wrestle the 3rd place match. So she ended up getting 4th. So a lot of us are a little frustrated that they didn't foresee this issue. And the same thing happened. So Skylie got 4th place. The same thing happened to Chelsea Brewster of Chapman, their only wrestler. She got to, looks like she got to the 5th place match, and she couldn't wrestle it, from what I was told, because she had already had too many matches. So they finished 4th and 6th respectively, and they don't get to wrestle those matches.
How do you have a tournament that has a limit on how many matches you can wrestle? That doesn't make any sense.
She lost, 31 seconds in. Yeah, I got. Huh? I'll be able to. Well, she already lost. She lost in 31 seconds. So yeah, I thank you. I'm sorry, folks. I don't mean to just jump off the air, but we're all talking about Lindsay. We knew she was going to go, and it just happened real quick,
yes.
and some folks didn't realize that she already just wrestled. So, yeah, that was unfortunate. It is the very first one. It's a little different, too, usually, Eric, because I've been covering the state wrestling tournament for 18 years now, and the girls is different for the fact that they threw all the classifications together. It's not just 4A, it's not just 5A, it's all of them together. So it's the first time. There's going to be some learning. And unfortunately, some folks like Chelsea Armbruster at Chapman and Skylie Flaster, well, the day didn't end quite the way they wanted it to because everyone's still learning how to put it together properly. So.
Absolutely. Well, again, sounds like a strange policy to me. I know I'm not in charge of anything, but you have a tournament and you can't finish the tournament because of limits on matches. Like, that's strange.
I get why they went 3 days in a row. I think for some teams, like, say, for example, Ulysses or someone like that, you just want to come and you don't want to have to keep going back and forth. But for someone like us, I kind of wish they would have had their own weekend for state and the boys would have had their own, because it's a little bit exhausting.
Gotcha.
To have 3 consecutive, because when you go to state, you know, at tournaments, you're there all day. I mean, from first thing in the morning until late in the evening. So 3 days in a row is a little bit taxing for everyone involved. But that's how they're doing it. Maybe they'll get their own weekend sometime. And it would be nice, too, for someone like Lindsay Beekman to maybe get a little bit of rest. Usually like what the boys do, she knew she was in the championship. The boys get the whole night off and don't wrestle it until the next day. So they get about 24 hours before the championship.
So Lindsay was in the championship?
Okay. She lost. And I'll go ahead and run through this. 109 pounds, Skylie Flaster entered the tournament 14 and 6, pinned the first girl that she went against. And I'm having to go off these abbreviations. And I tell you what, I have 4A pretty good. But when they throw all the classes together, I'm telling you, I don't know where some of these kids are from. So she took on someone from FSH, and she pinned her a minute 25 into that match. But then she lost 6-2 to a young lady, I believe from, I'd be guessing, I shouldn't guess, INHS. I'm not sure where that is. And then so she went to the consolation side of the bracket. She pinned someone from OEH, whatever that is. Then she took on someone from maybe Holcomb, HCMB. She pinned her, made it to 3rd place, didn't get to wrestle that.
So just 5 matches in one day. That's why they put them. Okay.
Yeah, they would have a limit to protect the athlete, which I get, but it would have been nice to have 2 days.
Sure.
And maybe next year they need to go Wednesday, Thursday. I don't know, something.
Sure.
Which isn't really adequate either, because they usually like to not do stuff on Wednesdays because of church and things like that.
Absolutely. So. And I understand wanting to protect the athlete, so I understand policy-wise, but when you put the concept out there and, we have to forfeit a match, a 3rd-place match, that's not very good foresight.
No, it's a lot of people are frustrated. So.
Sure.
And I guess you can't really – the girls' regional is the week before the boys' regional, but they don't want to have girls' state when the boys' regional is going on because that's too much stuff.
Right.
So I guess it puts them in a tough spot.
Well, I would think maybe they could wrestle the finals the next day on Friday somehow, have a little break.
Yeah, they could probably figure something out. Let's go ahead and look at what Lindsay Beekman did today. Lindsay got a bye in the first round. She pinned her opponent in the second round, Eastwood. I think that's Lacine Prairie View, where she's out of. And then she defeated a girl out of Topeka Washburn Rural High School 4-3, and then she lost to Ziegler of Council Grove. Ziegler pinned her 31 seconds into that match. She beat her in the regional.
Ziegler beat Lindsay in the regional.
In the regional final too.
Yeah, I know actually the Ziegler family.
Do you?
Council Grove. Yeah.
She's pretty talented.
She's been wrestling for a while. So, yeah. And so is Lindsay. But, yeah.
Okay, just getting some play-by-play here from Billy. It said the two girls were, gosh darn it, come on now, were locked up on their feet. Lindsay's opponent was pushing her back and then grabbed the top of her right leg, and Lindsay fell right on her back, and her opponent came down on her, and she's just really, really strong. Hey, there's a lot going on today. Let's talk about what's going on over in Chapman. We have, let me see if I have any new updates on that. We have NC Kale going on over there. We have both of the teams in the championship game. The Abilene boys are up on Clay Center 34-31 at halftime. The Abilene 7th grade boys, that's a 7th grade championship. Now they finished behind them in the regular season. And in the 8th grade final, it's going to be Abilene versus Wamego. The 8th grade boys are undefeated, and they've already beat Wamego and beat them handily, but doesn't mean they'll win this one, but they're going to be the favorite. We're going to go ahead and take a timeout, and we'll be back with the starters and the tip-off. This is Cowgirl Basketball here on KBI.
Please put trash in the appropriate receptacles. If you have younger children, you can help them.
All right, we're going to have a break, so if you want to do your thing.
And in accordance with the Kansas State High School Activities Association, Rule 52, let's all be shining examples of sportsmanship, no matter the outcome. Let the players play, the coaches coach.
Yeah, she pinned her in the first meeting with her, too. All right.
And now for our starting lineups.
Yeah, sometimes when I'm writing like the summary of what's going on, like I said, sometimes I miss who took a shot. Maybe only happened once a game, but
sure.
I think we had talked about you helping me before. We just never did it.
Yeah.
Number 1 is the 5'9" senior, Beth Holmes.
You don't always have to say. You talk as much as you want.
Sure.
If you don't feel like talking, don't. You just.
Right.
I like a person to help me, though.
Yeah. Thank you.
Takes the weight off me a little bit.
Number 2, 5'3" senior, Jane Bowman.
And welcome back to Abilene High School. These two teams met back on February the 18th, and Abilene enters this game 5-14. They finished 2-8 in the NCKL. This is an out-of-league game, and one might say this may have been the most disappointing loss of the year when these first two met. I know, Eric, that I don't think you were at that game, were you? Well, Abilene was leading that game by 4 points with 1:36 to go, and it was, they had trailed by 13 in the third quarter. They went on a 19-6 run to start that fourth quarter, but they faded at the end, and Hayes finished on a 7-0 run to win it, and all of us really felt like we were going to win the game, but Abilene just unfortunately had some things go negatively for them at the end of that contest, and they lost 47-44. Let's give the starting lineups for these two teams real quick. First, for Hayes, they lost their next game that Friday against Garden City, 54-38. They were postponed Tuesday with Dodge City. They're going to play them tomorrow. Their starters look like this. 5'8" senior Taziah Nunnery. She averages 9.5 points, 4 boards. She had 21 in the first meeting. Carly Lang, a 5'6" freshman. She averages 4 and 3.5, had 2 in the first game. Brooklyn Schaefer, a 5'4" junior. She averages 3 and 2.5. She had 9 in the first contest. Ree Green is a 5'6 junior. She averages 3 and 2.5. She had 9 in the first meeting. And Aaliyah Reuter, a 5'10 sophomore, she averages 9 and 5. She had 6 in the first game. So Nunnery, Lang, Schaefer, Green, and Reuter for Hayes. They are coached by Kyle Porter in his first season. They are 5 and 14 on the year. 5 and 13, let me correct myself. The starters for Abilene: Beth Holmes, Jade Vopat, Abby Lillard, Jenna Hayes, and Allison Leiby. It's going to be Taziah Nunnery jumping for Hayes. They'll go left to right. Jenna Hayes jumping for Abilene. They'll go right to left. Tap is controlled by Hayes. Eric, a very good game in the first contest between these two. Hayes was up by 13, and it looked like, just another heartbreaking loss where we get beat pretty badly, but it wasn't the case. Here's a runner that's missed there, and that shot missed by Brooklyn Schaefer. Here come the Cowgirls. There's a pass inside to Abby Lillard. She'll throw it outside to Jade Vopat. Vopat for 3. No, it's going to be short. Rebounded by Ree Green. So Jade Vopat, she had 3 against Chapman. Abilene lost her game on Tuesday to Chapman 44-35. Were you here for that meeting?
Yes.
Cowgirls played hard, didn't they?
Yeah, they did. That was tough.
A shot missed by Carly Lang, the freshman. It's out of bounds to Abilene. So I'm hoping with them not able to play on Tuesday that maybe could give our boys a little bit of an advantage. Just been maybe a little bit rusty. It's been 6 days since they played. They haven't played since last Friday. It's Tuesday we had that snow, and some teams, had to postpone their games. Here's Vopat. Look at that. She drives on Ree Green but misses the shot, a driving layup attempt.
That was a nice look, nice drive.
It's a jump ball between Beth Holmes and Brooklyn Schaefer. Now, do your daughters still play at all?
Yes, our middle daughter is at 8th grade. She loves basketball, so she's looking forward to officially being a Cowgirl next year, moving up for the Longhorns.
Look forward to having her. Here's Jenna Hayes trying to catch that inside. It's going to be stolen away as Aaliyah Reuter was going for the steal, and then she was taken out by Jenna Hayes. So that is the first foul of the game on either team and the first turnover against Abilene.
Yeah, that's a tough foul. She was just kind of falling back. The pass was behind her, and she gets assessed a foul.
Now this is a veteran crew to here tonight officiating this game. Reuter slipping past a couple of defenders, and she gets fouled. And it's going to be Leiby who picks that up. It'll be a blocking foul on the floor against Allison Leiby.
And Allison's not afraid to mix it up. She does a good job on defense, hustles every game.
Lang to trigger in here for Hayes. She'll throw it outside to Taziah Nunnery. A little over a minute gone by. My name is Trent Sanchez alongside my partner. Yeah. And here's a missed 3 by Ree Green. It's Eric Danifer helping me tonight. Taziah Nunnery came up with that loose ball. She's fouled immediately again. And this is going to be a foul on Allison Leiby. That's her
second foul.
Second, yeah. So she's going to check out quickly. Joy Clemens comes in for her. Do you remember off the top of your head what the 8th grade finished this year at NCKL? I know they didn't win it.
No, Abilene girls lost in the first round of Chapman.
Okay, that's right. I do remember
it was
that.
A close game, tough game.
A three-pointer that's short by Brooklyn Schaefer. The ball is rebounded by Reuter. She throws over to Taziah Nunnery, and Taziah Nunnery buries the three-pointer. She led all scorers in that first matchup with 21 points. 3-0, 6:23 to go here in the first quarter. Vopat has it wing right, back up top, throws it over to the right now to Joy Clements. And you played your ball at Rossville. Did you play basketball too? I know you played football.
Yes, basketball. Go ahead.
Beth Holmes scoring inside for Abilene. That's her first points, and Abilene's first. It's 3-2.
As far as sports, basketball definitely my first love, and I played in high school and then Manhattan Christian College in college.
Oh, you did play basketball at Manhattan Christian?
Yes.
Cool. Ree Green gets blocked. I did not know that. Well, here's some bad news, sad news. The 7th grade boys lose to Clay Center 46-40, that final over in Chapman in the NCKL championship. Had a great time coaching those 7th graders this year, but man, Clay Center's good. They beat us in football. Nunnery straightaway 3, missed it badly, wide right. We lost to Clay Center in overtime. Rebounded by Lillard.
She's going to take it.
Here's Lillard all the way to the basket, and she gets fouled.
Nice take.
It was our 7th grade's first winning season since our first year working together. We hadn't had a winning. We had some 500 years, but we hadn't had a winning season. So that 7th grade group is. Well, a lot of folks they maybe overachieved a little bit in football. They're a lot of fun to coach. They love the game of football.
Yeah, that's good. I know we've had some lean years there, but with the 8th grade bunch and 7th grade bunch are talented group.
All right, so they're not getting who committed the foul up for me to let me know. Okay, here's a foul. It's on. I got it now. It's on Aaliyah Reuter. That is her first and their first. Lillard's free throw is up, and it's no good. It's 3-2. Hayes with the lead. 5:25 to go here in the opening quarter. We lost 2 games this year. Went 5-2 in 7th grade football, Eric, and I'm still a defensive coordinator, and I had the lead late in the game, and they scored on me and the boys. It's painful. We lost those 2 games by 2 points each, a combined 4 points. Lost to Clay in overtime, and then Marysville used a halfback pass to get us. It's tough. Lillard misses that second one. Missed them both. Reuter on the drive all the way to the basket. Scores. Aaliyah Reuter with her first points.
Yeah, the girls just got to step in there and stop her. She kind of went coast to coast there.
She's an impressive player, is Aaliyah Reuter. She's a 5'10 sophomore. She averages 9 a game. Here's Beth Holmes taking it strong to the basket. Couldn't get it to go. Rebounded by Reuter. Reuter with a rebound. And if things were to end today, Abilene will play at Wamego in the first round of Sub-State on Tuesday. The girls will play Tuesday, Friday. The boys Wednesday, Saturday. And it is unusual, as I talked about, to play on a Wednesday night, but they wanted to have it on Wednesday in case there's like a snow or something like that. They could move it to Thursday. They could have a slide day. So that's why they did that.
Next week, Tuesday, Friday.
Yeah, Tuesday,
Wednesday,
Friday
Saturday
for the girls, Wednesday, Saturday for the boys. Boys, again, so big tonight that game. If they win, they'll have home court. Here's Reuter scoring inside. Nice pass from Nunnery.
Yeah, once again, we got to look to stop her. She's their O right now, that's for sure.
7-2 is the lead for Hayes. They have a 5-point advantage. Beth Holmes with the basketball up top. Jade Vopat driving the baseline. She is blocked, and that shot is blocked by Isabel Robin. Now, Robin was a starter, Eric. She didn't play in the last matchup. As you can see, her hand is taped. She had a hand injury, so she hasn't played in a while. This is her first game back. So this puts Jade Vopat at the line. That is their second team foul. Vopat missing the first free throw. Vopat a 59% foul shooter. Jade to get a second one. Second free throw coming up here for Jade. She missed that one as 2. So Abilene not helping themselves. They're 0 for 4 at the line.
Yeah, got to get the freebies.
Here's a shot just inside of the three-point line. It's missed by Reuter. It's rebounded by Carly Lang, and she takes it right back up, and she draws the foul. Missed the shot, but she'll get 2 free throws. And the foul on Beth Holmes, that is Beth's first and Abilene's 4th. Halfway through this first quarter.
Yeah, you can see the girls just a little frustrated right now. Big size, hanging their heads a bit. They just need to gather themselves, see the ball go in a couple times, play with a little more confidence. Got to get it done on the defensive end here.
They've had several disappointing losses in their last 3 right now. The girls are in a big slide. 8 games in a row they've lost. Free throw up and good there for Carly Lang on the second attempt. But those, 2 of the last 3 have been rather close against Chapman and then against, of course, Hayes in that matchup on the 18th. 8-2 the count. Going back to the Chapman girls game. Here's a lob pass inside. Jenna Hayes makes the catch. She goes up and scores.
Nice look. Nice score for Jenna. Jade with a nice pass over the lob, a lob over the top. Excuse me.
I got you. Here's a ball that's denied out of bounds. Maybe that'll charge up the Cowgirls as Lillard denied that. Abilene lost on Tuesday 44-35, but they gave up an 8-0 run at the end of that game to the Chapman Lady Irish. And Chapman secured a top 4 finish, so they will host in Sub-State. Reuter isolated against Bathurst, who's now into the game. Here's a turnaround shot on the baseline. It crawls off.
Good defense there. Kept her in front of her.
Ree Green with the offensive rebound for them. That's Annie Bathurst into the contest. Green on the skip pass across the floor now to Taziah Nunnery. Abilene in the zone right now, a 2-3 zone, and a travel here on Taziah Nunnery.
Yeah, good defensive possession there. Way to force the turnover.
And Trent Sanchez alongside my friend, former coach here in our district, Eric Danifer, and back in studio is Billy Hansen. So 1 final in over from Chapman, 1 championship final. Again, our 7th graders lose by 6 to Clay Center. 8th grade will be going against Wamego next. Vopat has it left to the point, and here is Robin tying her up, and maybe a little bit of hand there, but she didn't get the call. Isabel Robin reaching in to tie up Vopat for turnover number 2 for Abilene. This is a regular season finale for Abilene, not for Hayes. Again, they have a makeup game tomorrow against Dodge City. Nunnery dribbling it here to the near side. Green, not a good pass. Yep, that's Jenna Hayes that created the steal. Holmes brings it into the forecourt. Holmes, left-hand dribble drive, cut off on the drive, shoots over the top of Green, missed it, and it's a weak side board by Isabel Robin. 8-4, Hayes doubling up Abilene now. 2:30 to go here in the first quarter. A turnover is a pass to Schaefer in the far corner. She couldn't hold on. That's 3 turnovers for them. Checking in is Hannah Snowball. I like you're going all out, man. You're writing notes and everything.
Jenna Hayes getting a break.
I'm gonna have to tell Craig he's gonna have to step up his game when he comes on next, and Dr. Smith and Shelley. Appreciate it. Appreciate you helping me, my friend.
You bet. Thanks for the invite.
Let's hope we get a win tonight. Let's get some revenge tonight against Hayes. Hayes both in the girls and the boys. That one just, like I said, a week from this past Tuesday on the 18th, that was just painful losing that game to them. It had it won. It was just very, very unfortunate. In reality, there's a turnover there as Vopat was looking for Holmes. It's through her hands. In reality, it was the best 6.5 minutes of basketball. You throw out that last minute and a half. It was the best quarter of basketball by Abilene this year. I mean, they scored 19 points. It's a season high for them. Their 3 best scorers all were scoring at the same time. Here's
nice
Beth
steal.
Holmes with the steal. Green trailing. Holmes left-hand finish, and she's fouled.
Big bucket early in the game.
Maybe we'll get to see something special out of her tonight.
Foul on 20.
Ree Green, her first, and their third. Beth Holmes, 52% at the line.
Let's see if we can put our first free throw in. This would be 1 for 5, I think.
You're right. Yeah, they were 0 for their first 4. Lillard and Hayes both missed a pair. Free throw is up and no good, but Jenna Hayes with a
Nice
rebound.
board.
I should say Lillard and Vopat both missed 2, and now Holmes is stripped by Taziah Nunnery. Now Nunnery, she has a brother that plays on the boys team, and they had 2 or 3 other boys that played before them. So there's a big family there in Hayes that producing great athletes.
Go hustle.
A turnover here for Hayes, and then a foul after the turnover on Ree Green. That is her second, and their 5th turnover there, and their 4th foul. There's a lot of Chapman kids here tonight. They don't have a game, so they're here to watch this. 1:34 to go here in the opening quarter. Bathurst into the corner to Snowball. Snowball looking down low, has it deep in that far corner. 8-6, Hayes leading. Abilene has it to my left as I view it, and Jenna Hayes called for a walk, and that's turnover number 5 on Abilene.
Yeah, just not good possession out front. We're just kind of losing the ball, and then Jenna wasn't in a good position to receive that pass. So unfortunate travel there, but they just got to take better care and value that ball.
You know, both of these teams only have 5 wins. They're both going to give the other opportunities to win the game, and we'll see moments like that. 8-6, Hayes with the advantage. A pass into the corner. Now down low to Robin. Robin shuffling her feet, and she walks. So both teams struggling, taking care of the basketball. That's 6 turnovers now unofficially for Hayes.
Yeah, the Cowgirls have tightened up the defense a little bit. Anytime there's a post-entry pass, they're playing good D, making Hayes work.
5 on the floor right now. You have Hayes, Snowball, Bathurst. Desiree Mead now is checked in, and Jade Vopat. That's the 5 for Michael Ivey. Mead catches on the low block. Mead pitches it back outside, left of the lane. Snowball, look at that.
Nice shot.
And a Snowball.
Nice little jumper to tie the game up. Oh, and a steal.
A 6-0 run right now for Abilene, and a steal for Jenna Hayes, and then she's fouled in the backcourt.
She did a good job being tough. She was double teamed and could have easily got jumped up there. And she just got tough and drew a foul.
That is the first on Taziah Nunnery and the 5th on Hayes. 39.6 seconds to go here in this opening quarter. We're tied at 8. Abilene currently on a 6-0 run right now. Hayes led at 8-2. Jade Vopat slowly to bring it across. Abilene most likely will hold for the final shot here to guarantee them. Well, I say that, and then Desiree Mead can't hold on. 29.9 seconds to go here in quarter number 1.
Yeah, it was tough. Vopat just threw it too high and wide.
The JV game was entertaining. The JV girls lost 33-29. Abilene right now sitting in it's like a Morris between a 3-2 to 2-3. Here's Robin scoring inside. Easy basket for her. Isabel Robin, her first points.
Yeah, defense broke down. Way too easy of a bucket there.
10-8. Hayes back on top. Vopat along 2 straight away. Way off the mark, wide left on that shot. And here's a pass ahead. That pass to Nunnery. Her shot at the buzzer, no good. And at the end of the first quarter, it is Hayes 10 and Abilene 8. You're listening to Cowgirl Basketball on KABI.
Where do you have the points from last week at?
Hayes with the advantage on Abilene as we just get underway here in the second quarter. Abilene with the basketball here to start quarter number 2. It's Vopat lobbing inside to Jenna Hayes. She goes up and pulls it down, pumps, shoots, and has enough touch on that shot to get it to go.
That's 2 times that same play, just ran it to the opposite side. I would keep looking for that.
Jenna Hayes off to a fast start with 4 points in this game. We're tied back at 10 apiece. For Abilene right now, they're in a 3-2 zone. Nunnery with it in the corner. She throws it away. That was deflected by Jenna Hayes and intercepted by Beth Holmes. That's 8 turnovers for Hayes. And speaking of Hayes, here's Jenna. And look at that.
Yeah, there we go.
A straightaway bomb from Jenna Hayes.
That's 7 for her. She's getting it done right now.
13-10. Jenna had 12 in the first matchup, including 2 3-pointers in that game. That fired up Lillard. Lillard with an excellent steal, but she threw it back away. And now here's a shot up and in. That was nuts.
You know, that's okay. Good hustle by Abby. She was going to give it right back, so she threw it out. Unfortunate they got the bucket, but playing a lot tougher right now, getting a lot of deflections.
Annie Bathurst here starting out in this second quarter, driving the baseline, and Reuter with that long wingspan almost came up with the steal, but she stepped out of bounds. And Abilene subbing in Joy Clements. Clements is checking in for Annie Bathurst. And for them, by the way, they have Lang, Nunnery, Robin. Let me see who else is out there for them. Schaefer. And then you have Reuter. So 4 of the 5 starters. But again, Robin had been a starter for them as Abilene turns over the basketball. So they have 4 of their 5. The only one that's not out there is Ree Green. It is 13-12. Abilene with the advantage. 6:40 mark here the first half. Schaefer with it up top. Reverses back to her left to Carly Lang. Well, and if you want one of those, I'll bring you an extra. If we ever work together again, I'll bring you an extra one of mine. Here, a little stat sheet. Here's Reuter. Gets
good
tied
defense.
up. Well, that was Beth Holmes who was grabbing a hold of that. And it stays with Hayes. 1 point Abilene lead. Again, this is the regular season finale. The Cowgirls most likely traveling to Wamego next Tuesday. At least we don't have to go halfway across the state. They'll be tough. So somebody said, well, that's going to be tough. Well, anybody where we were positioned at in the standings was going to be tough. We weren't going to get an easy game. You get rewarded if you have a good regular season record, but you don't get rewarded if you don't. Here's Nunnery out of control on the drive, and she coughed it up. It's going to be stolen away by Lillard. Lillard needs some help in the backcourt. And a timeout taken here for Mike Leiby.
The girls are playing a lot better defense and getting hands on a lot of balls, a lot of tip balls, so that's good.
Yeah, right now they had that 8-2 lead halfway through the first quarter, but since then, Abilene has outscored them 11-4. So the Cowgirls have come to life. And during one stretch, they had outscored them 9-2, bridging the end of the first and the start of the second quarter. Trent Sanchez, alongside my partner and friend Eric Danifer, been wanting to get him on for years, and here we are tonight here in the regular season finale. And the Abilene Cowgirls lost on February the 18th at Hayes, 47-44 to the same team they led with a minute 30, look back, minute 36 I believe it was, minute 31, something like that. Doesn't really matter at this point. They led by 4 with about 90 seconds to go in that game and couldn't hold on to the lead. Hayes scored the final 7 points in that 90 seconds. At halftime, I'll go back over state wrestling results from today in the girls' inaugural state tournament. Here's a pass down low to Beth Holmes. She'll throw it across to Lillard, who scores.
Nice job.
That's Abby's first points.
Yeah, it was another form of that lob over the top. Extra pass this time. Good look.
15-12, Abilene with their biggest lead of the game right now, up by 3. Schaefer into the corner to Robin with that bandaged hand. She misses off the heel. Rebounded by Jenna Hayes. Jenna will bounce it to Vopat. Vopat down the floor, spots Lillard. Lillard dribbles, scores.
Nice job.
How about these Cowgirls?
Yeah, Vopat with good vision there. Lillard, way to run the floor, gets rewarded for her effort.
A full timeout taken by Hayes will step aside as well. Abilene leading by 5 points right now. It is 17-12. We'll be back after this 1-minute timeout. You're listening to Cowgirl Basketball on KABI.
So we're not back yet, right?
Mm-mm. And it's Reuter catching inside for Hayes. A-Trail Abilene 17-12. She misses on a turnaround. Rebounded by Lang. She'll go up. Her shot no good. May have been partially blocked. And getting the basketball for Abilene was Beth Holmes. And there's a whistle and a foul committed. Who's this foul on?
I think he's going to get Holmes. Yep.
A foul on Beth. Now that is her second. 5:12 to go in the half. Mike Leiby's going to trust her. She's one lady you don't want to take off the floor if you're Abilene. Oh, Jade
nice.
Vopak got a hand on the ball, but Reuter was able to beat her to it. Pass down low to Lang. Lang missing, leaving a
nice
short.
board.
Jenna with the rebound.
Our girls have got hands on a lot of balls. Unfortunately, not all bouncing our way right now, but got out of there without giving up any points.
You know what I think I'm seeing? Our girls playing to their potential here tonight. Playing really well. A lot of facets of the game. Taking better care of the basketball this quarter, too. As I say
right
that,
as you say.
Jenna throws it away. She throws it away to Lang.
Yeah, she left her feet too early and just had to throw it. So got out of sorts there.
Out of the timeout here, it is 17-12. Abilene with the lead with 4:30 to go here in this first half. Beth Holmes almost creating another turnover.
Good hustle there. Like I said, a lot of hands on balls. She's getting a lot of deflections.
Out on the floor for Abilene, you do have Lillard, Beth. I'm not sure what's Beth tying his shoes. So Beth, Abby, Jenna, Joy Clements, and Jade Vopat are the 5 for Abilene. And for them, Nunnery, Robin. They also have Reuter, Lang, and Schaefer. So Ree Green is the only one that's not out there right now for them. But she has 2 fouls, so that's maybe the reason we're not going to see her for a little bit. Ree Green had a huge basket at the end of that first matchup with Abilene that helped turn that game. Nearing the halfway point of the second quarter. During the halftime show, I'll also go over the boys, our boys that are going to be competing at state tomorrow in their first round matchups. Reuter gets fouled, and she is fouled by Joy Clements. And this puts Reuter at the line.
She got free. She's pretty skilled dribbling the ball for as tall as she is. Moves well.
She does struggle at the line as I look at her stats. 36% at the line this year. And I knew that would happen. As I say that, she made it.
First point in about 2 minutes for either team. Abilene has 9 this quarter. Hayes with just 3.
So she missed the first, made the second at 17-13. Now Abilene turning over the basketball. Reuter taking it strong, and she's fouled hard by Jenna Hayes.
That's Jenna's second foul.
That was a hard foul.
Looks like snowball's probably coming for Hayes.
And that is the 7th team foul, so that puts them in the bonus. But this is a 2-shot foul for Reuter. First is up, and it's in. Boy, she's looking good now. Do any of these Abilene girls go to your church then, Coach Danifer?
Yes. Allison Leiby, who's sitting the bench with 2 fouls right now. She's a regular, Coach Leiby's daughter.
Second free throw's not good. 17-14, Abilene with a 3-point lead. We're halfway through this second quarter.
Also, Hannah Snowball and her family go to church with our fellowship.
Great.
Girls need a bucket here.
Holmes going to work. Snowball catches on the baseline. That's a good look, but she couldn't get it to go. An air ball for her. Rebounded by Zion Nunnery. Right-hand sprint dribble into the forecourt to the line to lane. Fakes the pass, shoots the shot, but missed it.
Oh, got to clear the board.
Robin got the rebound, fouled on the putback attempt. Now the ball stuck.
The ball lands and stops on the back of the rim. Who's going to jump up?
I think a Reuter might go. Here's Grant Hintz.
Grant Hintz with some action. Makes the bucket. Hopefully, don't give any points to Hayes for that one.
Grant's 6'8".
Yeah, that'd be fun. I could handle being 6'8".
I didn't see who they called that foul on for Abilene. First free throw is missed. The tough thing, we're having some new scoreboard operators. It's tough, so they're not always putting up on the big part where they show the player foul. They're not putting that, and if you don't catch it quick.
I think it was Snowball.
Okay.
Foul on Snowball.
All right, yeah, that's right, because she didn't have one yet. So both free throws are missed by.
And we can't clear the board, and Leiby pulls his head back in frustration.
Both free throws were missed. Now Reuter gets blocked. Abilene back with the basketball. They lead 17-14. Holmes with the basketball up top. Holmes now shoots a 3. Missed it. A little bit too much on that one. Rebounded by Joy Clements. Joy gets off a shot. No good. A little too much on that. And it's rebounded by Isabel Robin. Abilene's going to have their scoring droughts. They just have to withstand them and hope that they have their droughts and they're not taking care of the ball right now.
Yeah, it was a good look by Holmes. She moved well with the ball, had a double screen.
Abilene has not scored in 2.5 minutes. Beth Holmes with the basketball in the backcourt. 3 minutes to go here in this first half. 17-14. Abilene with the advantage. Holmes driving it to the hoop, and she's fouled. That's just going to be their 6th team foul.
It's a good job by Holmes, asserting herself, drawing the foul. She needs to be aggressive.
Brooklyn Schaefer picks it up for them, and that's actually their 6th team foul. Again, Abilene by 3, working offense in white to my left as I view it. Clements with it up top. That pass way too much on it. Over the head of Beth, and a turnover for Abilene. Abilene had 19 turnovers in the first meeting with them, 19 against Chapman. They averaged 17.6, but here in this first half, they're on a pace to exceed any of those totals. They have 11. Thankfully for Abilene, Hayes has, I'm counting 11 too for them.
Yeah, not been the most well-played game in the passing.
Well, you'd rather, you're not playing your best, you're still ahead. That's not a bad thing. Here's Schaefer missing, but a follow by Reuter.
She has 10.
Yeah, she's doing everything for him right now. Getting the interception was Lang, but she stepped out, so Abilene keeps possession.
We were very fortunate there. Just, again, not a great pass. We need to slow down and take care of the ball.
Yeah, my name is Trent Sanchez alongside Eric Danifer. So used to saying Eric Grafey. He helps me a lot. Okay, thank you. Ashlyn Fox, 3-3, Ashlyn Fox. It's really nice of him to do that. The radio man for them helped us out and gave us a name who's inserted into the lineup for them. It's Ashlyn Fox. Take it, she's probably a freshman. Here's Jade Vopat for 3. Missed it. Rebounded inside by Annie Bathurst. Bathurst to Hannah Snowball. Snowball, her pass going into the backcourt, but it's saved by Beth Holmes. Down low to Snowball. Snowball a little bit too far underneath the basket and had to rush it.
Back.
Yep, she missed it. Rebounded by Nunnery. Nunnery has it deflected out of bounds by Jade Vopat.
That was an interesting sequence. Good rebound by Bathurst. Ball's flying out to half court. Really nice hustle by Holmes to save it. Vopat. Good look into Snowball. She was just under the basket too far.
Yeah, Ashlyn Fox is nowhere on their roster at all, so that's cool of him to give me that. I knew she wasn't on my roster. She's not on the school. Whoa, there's a deep 3 by Josiah Nunnery. And now they're on a run right now. Are they going to say that's 2? They only have 2 up. Didn't they say 3?
Yep.
Okay, so it should be 20-17. Here's a 3 for Beth Holmes. It was blocked. Yeah, it was blocked by Isabel Robin. Bathurst got it, but she turns it over. She had fallen on her backside. 19. It should be 20 to 17.
I think we were up 17-16, but maybe not.
Oh, you're right. I can't count. That's my bad.
Another three.
This is missed by Isabel Robin. It's rebounded by Abby Lillard, so it's actually a 7-0 run. A 7-0 run right now for them.
Yeah, we started the quarter great and haven't scored for 4.5 minutes.
Abilene has droughts. They're known for that. Here's Beth Holmes taking it strong. That's one way to end it, and that's also their 7th. Beth, 4 points, but none this quarter.
That's a good job by Beth being aggressive. We need her to do that, attack the rim. Good things happen.
Foul was on Reuter as well, and that's her 2nd. Beth Holmes buries the first free throw. She has 5. 19 to 18. Second free throw coming up, and it is good for Beth Holmes. She made them both. It is 19 all with 50 seconds to go here in the first half.
All things considered, pretty even half. Pretty sloppy passes for both teams.
Yeah, Lang throws it away. It was deflected into the hands of Hannah Snowball, and then a foul committed, and this will be a 1-and-1 here for Abilene. This foul on Hayes, it's on,
Foul number 33.
that's Fox, Ashlyn Fox. Again, I'm assuming she's a freshman. She's not on the roster, and that's usually the case when they're not on the roster. And she looks like a freshman. She's not overly big. Hannah Snowball stepping up and burying a free throw. Hannah had only attempted 7 free throws, 6, coming into this game. She missed the second, but still that one a big one. Gives Abilene back the lead at 20 to 19 with 40 seconds to go here in the half. Lang to Nunnery. Nunnery back out to Lang, now over to the left side to Robin, to Fox, the freshman. They're going to hold here for the final shot. Abilene still sitting in that zone. Fox now stumbling into the defender. That's a tough foul there against Snowball.
Agreed. There's a few times in this game where the offensive players just kind of been stumbling around out of control, and we've gotten some fouls, but it does happen both ways.
This crew, though, I know 2 of the 3 pretty well, and I'm sorry I can't think of their names, but the third one I don't recognize, but the other 2 are veterans. They've been doing it a long time. Fox's free throw is up and good on the first attempt. Man, she looked really good on that.
And I'm not saying so much it was a bad call as just kind of a squirrely play in basketball where it's like, oh, got an unlucky foul there.
I totally get what you're saying. She did miss that second one, but gets the rebound, and now she's fouled again.
Now, that one.
So that's going to be on Lillard. That is her first, and Abilene's 9th.
Back to the line.
Mike Leiby looks befuddled, but that is a call, and that's actually Abilene's 10th. Free throws up and good for Fox. She's now 2 of 3 at the line.
I think I feel like Mike looked on that one.
Every crew is going to be a little bit different. They let him play on Tuesday, and they actually let him play in that first meeting. Second free throw is missed. 21 to 20, Hayes with the lead as Fox hit 2 of 4 free throws on that trip down the floor. Bathurst catches up top, shovels it off to Vopat, now to Lillard.
10 seconds.
9 seconds, yeah. They don't really have a scorer out there right now. Lillard would be their best scorer, and she gets called for the walk. 3.5 seconds here to go before halftime. Again, we'll come back here at halftime, and I'll go over wrestling. A lot to talk about with that. Nunnery gets off the 3 in time, deep on the right side. The trajectory was good. She was just a little bit short.
Yeah, looks good coming out of her hands. She buried a deep 3 earlier.
At the end of the first half, it is Hayes 21 and Abilene 20. You're listening to Cowgirl Basketball on KABI. A real busy day for sports, and it's exhausting, but at the same time, it's a whole lot of fun, and there's just a lot going on today. By the way, I'm joined on this broadcast by Eric Danifer. We'll be joined during the boys broadcast by Craig Wildy. Our studio engineer is Billy Hansen. Well, our score here at the half, an entertaining game just like it was in the first matchup. Here's something that's promising, Eric, is that Abilene trailed by 13 in the first meeting. They only trailed by 1 right now. So, you look at the last 3 quarters, they've played with this team. They've played pretty darn well. So that's something that you can hang your hat on at halftime at least.
Absolutely. I think if they beat it up, take care of the ball, and have, 13 turnovers. So
yeah,
that'll help a lot. They had a couple good looks with the lob to Jenna, and then one time the lob over the top to Beth Holmes. She dished to Abby Lillard. So 6 points. Those are some buckets we need to look for in the second half.
Abilene got off to a slow start. They jumped out 8-2, and that was their big lead of the first half at 6. But then Abilene got rolling. Abilene got ahead 17-12, and that was their big lead at 5 points. They had their big lead halfway through the first. Ours was at the 5:32 mark of the first half. It was 10-8 after 1. Again, our score right now, 21-20. Hayes with the advantage. First half numbers from Brian Roth, our statistician. Abilene was 8 of 19 for 42%, 1 of 5 on threes, just 3 of 9 at the free throw line for 33%. Thankfully for them, they didn't shoot well either. They were 7 of 23 for 30% from the floor, 2 of 8 on threes for 25%. They got a lot of free throw attempts, 12, but they only made 5 for 41%. I think it's pretty simple in the second half. 2 elements of the game: take care of the ball,
right,
make your free throws.
Yep.
I think whoever does that, neither team's doing a good job of either one of those things, probably going to win.
Yeah, I agree with you. And I do think if Abilene can slow down, take care of it, they have an advantage with getting the ball to the post and scoring there, it seems.
Let's go ahead and talk about what took place in Salina. And what took place over there was the inaugural. So I'm getting more text. Let me see if anything new came. Okay, Curtis Ryan just has informed me, team-wise, we were in 4th place. Now we slipped to 5th. And that's where it hurts again with what happened with Skyly Flaster. It's just one of those things. I know everybody's a genius until they're put in charge. So I don't like to criticize people. I say that you should go coach, you should go officiate. I've grown up a lot in those areas because I coach now. And I realize, too, what the officials go through. And that's why we're struggling a little bit as a state I don't think a state is around the country to get officials.
3rd place, but because of a 5-match limitation, she was not able to wrestle that match. So.
I still am shocked, though, that they didn't. That I know I sound like critical, but I'm still shocked that they didn't catch that. But, yeah, you could only wrestle 5. She hit her limit by the time she got to the 3rd place match, and she couldn't wrestle it. It happened to 2 of the 3 girls from the county. Also happened to Chelsea Armbruster of Chapman at 235. She was going for 5th place, and she couldn't wrestle a match. So that's unfortunate. Skyly Flaster ends up in 4th place, but she didn't wrestle for 3rd. She didn't actually get a match. She forfeited because she had already wrestled too many matches in the 3rd place game. I don't feel like she actually lost. It wasn't her fault.
Sure.
She wasn't the one that set it up. It's too bad they didn't give them both 3rd or something like that.
Absolutely.
I think that would have been more fair.
Good option. Yeah.
That would have been more fair in my opinion.
Absolutely.
Anyways, Lindsey Beekman, what is showing? She's just Skyly's just a junior. Here's the great thing, Eric. Skyly's just a junior, so she'll be back. Lindsey's only a sophomore, so Lindsey's looking like maybe potentially a future state champion. She was 2nd at a regional in McPherson. She was 2nd today. The same girl beat her out of Council Grove. Yep. Yeah, you know her. Jolie Ziegler.
And how old is Jolie? Does it say
Man,
on
she's
there?
only a freshman. Uh-oh, I didn't notice that.
Yeah, Jolie.
Yikes. So Jolie's only a freshman. She's undefeated, and she pinned Lindsey in just 31 seconds. Well, Lindsey might look to go to another weight, or who knows, things can change too.
Absolutely. What was the match like at regionals? Do you know any details?
She got pinned, but I don't know how fast she got pinned. I remember that she got pinned, though.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and take a timeout. I was going to talk about the boys and set up tomorrow. I'll be broadcasting every match live with Curtis Ryan, and that gets underway at 10 o'clock, and we literally have the first match. Chris McClanahan they have little numbers here and tell you what number of match they are. Chris is literally the first match of the day against Quentin Pata of Ulysses. So that starts at 10. We'll take the air at 10. I'll talk more about the boys during the boys' halftime. Also, before I take one last break, need to mention NCKL basketball going on in Chapman. Like I said, there's a lot going on today.
For the middle school boys basketball.
Yep. 7th grade boys lose to Clay Center 46-40 in the final over in Chapman. So their season is over. I believe they had only 4 losses this year, if I have my information right. Now, the 8th grade boys, they are undefeated. They're going to try to beat Wamego again. It's never easy beating an opponent multiple times. But Tim Klein, what a job he's done with that group. They beat a lot of big schools this year, and they are 13-0 going for the championship. 8th graders over in Chapman in the NCKL title game. We'll take one last time out and be back with the second half. Cowgirls trail 21-20 to Hayes in the regular season finale. You're listening to Cowgirl Basketball on KABI. (21-20) our score. It is Hayes leading as we enter the second half. Out there, the second half for Abilene, you have Jenna Hayes, Jade Vopat, Beth Holmes, Abby Lillard, and Allison Libby. I didn't give individual scoring, sorry. In the first half, Hayes 7, 6 for Holmes, 4 for Lillard, and 3 for Hannah Snowball. They were led by Aaliyah Reuter with 10, 6 for Taziah Nunnery. That's her top 2 scores. Was that Jenna who shot that?
Jenna took a 3. Decent look, but couldn't get it to go.
Don't have a problem with her shooting. She's really shown off a nice touch from the outside. Here's a turnover for Ree Green. Green set much of that second quarter with 2 fouls.
Well, in the turnover battle, they've just tied it up at 13, I think. So
that is right. Abilene shot 42% in the first half. They shot 30%. Both now with 13 turnovers. Both really struggled at the free throw line as well.
And the thing is, a lot of the turnovers have been unforced both ways.
Here's Lillard taking it strong across the baseline and scoring. Lillard now with 6.
It's a nice job. I think if we can keep taking it to the basket, good things are going to happen, of course. So the lobs and the aggressive takes to the basket are good.
Abilene back on top in this game, 22-21.
Oh, and Libby with her 3rd foul.
A quick foul on Allison as she fouls Reuter. That is her 3rd, as you mentioned. And what you have here for Abilene, too, Eric, is that it just seemed in certain games just one person would score at a time for Abilene, but they're getting a lot of balance here in this game. 6 for Holmes, 6 for Lillard, and now 7 for Hayes. So a lot of balance in the scoring. Here's Libby getting down for a loose ball, and it's a steal for Abilene. That's what Allison does. Beth Holmes into the forecourt to Jenna Hayes. Hayes shot fake, driving on to Zion Nunnery. Looking back outside to Beth. Beth slicing her way to the basket, back on the baseline. A jumper from the baseline. Yeah. Good for Jenna.
Nice little 2-person game, passing back and forth there. Good working together by the girls.
24-21, Abilene by 3. A minute gone by here in quarter 3. Hayes in those gray uniforms going right to left as I view it. Adidas uniforms. Indians in cursive across the jersey. Gold numbering trimmed in burgundy. Again, they still have one more game. They're going to play Dodge City tomorrow. That game will be at home. It was postponed from Tuesday because of snow. Reuter throws it outside to Schaefer. Abilene here in a man-to-man. They played man and zone both in this contest. Actually, they're in a zone.
Dropped into zone.
Yeah, they are in a zone. Here's Nunnery for 3. Her shot in and out. Rebounded by Lang. Lang looked like she took 50 steps.
Yeah, she took some steps.
It's a jump ball. Libby along with Reuter. And, you know, Libby goes to your church, as you said. Man, you got to love the hustle.
She likes to mix it up. She's got lots of bruises every week. That was kind of a tough one. She rebounded the ball. The girl jumped her up from behind, so it could have been called a foul.
And she doesn't seem to get that benefit when she's on the other end of that. Here's a jumper missed from the corner. It's missed by Lang.
Grab it.
Jenna tips it ahead to Lillard. And Reed Green now. Ooh, wow. Did Allison take a shot?
Yeah.
She took a shot. I didn't see where she's down, but she's back up.
And they're going to give her another foul.
Oh, shoot. So that's 4.
They don't like the hustle plays tonight. The officials are quick to assess fouls.
Well, I don't want to bash this crew. Like I said, I'm trying not to do that.
Right,
but I really
right,
enjoyed the crew we had against Chapman, and then that Chapman crew also did the first Hayes matchup. They were just letting them play, and the flow of the game was really fun to watch. Didn't stop it a lot. Games went fast. So Hayes with the basketball. They trail by 3.
They have been consistent on those calls, so they are doing a good job with that. Allison knows one speed on the hustle, and it's getting her into trouble tonight.
Entry pass into Reuter is off of Hayes with a poor pass there, and it's out of bounds to Abilene, so a turnover for them. Yeah, and checking in was Joy Clemens for the Cowgirls. Joy's a 5'5" sophomore for Abilene, and Mike Leiby. Joy averages a little over a point a game. Lillard curling and going down the right side of the lane and getting the layup. Lillard with 8 now.
Nice drive. She needs to keep taking it just like that. Good things are happening for us attacking the basket.
Abilene matching their big lead of the game. Lang a miss, but there's Green to score. Green with the bucket. That's her first points of the game. 26-23. Holmes pulling up. Shot no good. Rebounded by Reuter. Reuter with no numbers. She doesn't care. To the basket. Out of control. That's a good call. She's called for a charge. She was out of control. She's frustrated, but, man, you can't take on 3 defenders and expect something good to happen.
Yeah, she had decided about when she rebounded, she was taking it all the way. So Vopat with a good charge draw there.
A 30-second timeout taken here by Hayes. Abilene started out this second half on a 6-0 run, and they lead right now 26-23. Just to give you the lowdown for who's wrestling for Abilene tomorrow, you have Chris McClanahan at 106. Again, first match of the day. We'll start the broadcast at 10 a.m. At 1:13, Cooper Withnow for Abilene. At 1:20, Caleb Stroda. At 1:26, Will Stroda. At 1:32, Braden Wilson. At 1:45, Justin Wisner-McLean of Chapman. He's just a freshman. He's from Junction City, transferred to Chapman. That's probably why you don't recognize the name. I don't. Colby Moore is at 195 for Abilene. And then at 2:20, you have Zach Ferris. Zach Ferris and Will Stroda, both runner-ups at state a year ago. Should be a lot of fun. A 2-day event from the Tony's Pizza Event Center in Salina. It is 26-23. Abilene by 3. 5-minute mark. Here's Beth Holmes. A quick move to the basket. Couldn't finish with the left hand. Rebounded by Hayes.
Nice take. Just too much speed. Well, not too much speed. Too strong on the release.
Isabel Robin back into the game. Her pass to Nunnery is dropped and picked up by Jade Vopat, and she's fouled by Schaefer. Brooklyn Schaefer, her second. It is their, see if that's her first or second of the half.
Foul number 50.
Second. It's her second foul of the half. This puts Vopat at the line. She's 0 for 2, has not scored. Jade makes that one. She had 2 in the first meeting. Those free throws came in the fourth quarter when Abilene was playing so well. 27-23 Cowgirls. 4:43 to go in the third. Couldn't get the shot to go
nice
there
board.
on the second attempt. Jenna Hayes is going to be tied up from behind by Reuter.
She did a good job of jumping in there to grab the offensive rebound on a free throw.
Abilene by 4, 27-23. 4:41 to go here in this third quarter. Beth Holmes, entry to Vopat. Oh, boy, that pass saved before it goes into the backcourt. She was throwing to Hayes. Hayes wasn't looking for it.
Joy Clements did a good job of tracking it down.
Jenna, her shot left angle, no good from 15, rebounded by Lang. And now Lillard stripped Lang but couldn't hold on to it, and it's out of bounds back to Hayes. Hayes on the floor. Lang and Schaefer will bring it up. You have Nunnery, Reuter, and Robin as the 5 right now. And this may be their starters going ahead. Again, they get Isabel Robin back tonight. Abilene might actually be in a 2-1-2, aren't they? Here is Nunnery scoring inside for them.
Yeah, too easy. Nice drive and kick to the post.
27-25, Abilene. This is all we can ask for, Eric. Close game here, 27-25. So used to calling you coach. I'm going to still call you that.
That's all right.
You still coach anything?
Yeah, well, youth coach.
Wow, that's still coach. Here's Beth Holmes, a turnaround shot down low. Couldn't get it to go, rebounded by Lang. She was wide of the basket.
I like her being aggressive there, though, and looking to take it to the rim and get her shot.
She is Abilene's best scorer, so yeah, I don't blame her for doing it. Here's a
Foul number 10.
that's a foul on Nunnery. Nunnery picking up that foul for them. That's her second, and their third. 27-25, Abilene. 3:38 to go here in the third quarter. Hard to believe. Boy, the season just, at times it seems like it's been long, but at times it just seems like it's flown by. Beth Holmes for three. Too much on that shot. Missed it. Crawled off the left side. Lang has it now in the forecourt. Skips it over here to the near side. Robin catches it with her bad hand, her right hand taped up. Here's Nunnery. Stops, gets off the shot, missed it from the mid-post here on the near side. Rebounded by Jenna Hayes. She'll throw it to Vopat. She'll cross the 10-second line. Diagonal to her left. She goes to Beth Holmes down low. Lillard fouled. Two free throws coming up. She missed the shot, but two free throws on the way.
Abby did a nice job establishing her position in the post, and Beth hit her for a good look.
To Zion Nunnery picking up the foul. That is her third and their fourth. So Lillard back to the line where she's 0 for 2. Those free throws missed clear back in the first quarter. First is on the way, and it's not good. She shoots at the line 50%, or at least was entering this game. She's dipped below that number now. A 2-point lead for Abilene. Just 3 points separated these two back on February the 18th. Second free throw up and no good. She missed them both. The reason why they play Hayes twice, because we used to play McPherson in December. They didn't want to renew the contract with us, so we had to pick up another partner. And, you know, at the end of the day, playing Hayes makes us better. They're a bigger school, and it pushes us, gets us ready for the postseason.
Absolutely. Well, like you said, free throws could tell a story, and so far, they still are.
Ree Green has checked back in, and she's fouled hard by Abby Lillard. Lillard going for the block, didn't get it. She made sure she didn't make it. Ree Green will go to the free throw line here to earn some points. She has 2 points thus far. Green, a 50% shooter. That is Abilene's fourth and Lillard's second. Chance here for them to tie at the line. At least we're seeing a good game tonight to wrap up this regular season. Green misses. First shot strong.
Fortunately, free throws and turnovers are just about even both ways, so it's keeping the game close.
No one else is playing in the league tonight in the NCKL. Everyone else is done. This was new to us, playing this deep in the season. It started last year. We moved the game again from December, the games from December to here at the end of the season. Green missed them both, rebounded by Jenna Hayes, and now she's fouled. Oh, no, she's not. A walk called. That's just Abilene's first turnover this quarter. Been taking better care of the basketball.
Yeah, they have been. Tough call against Jenna. She worked hard for that one. I see why she got called for the travel.
2-point deficit for Hayes with the ball. Here's a three from the corner far side. It skips off the rim. That shot missed by Maya Loomis, a 5'7" junior who's entered the game for the first time. Holmes has it now, wing left. Driving on Robin all the way to the hoop. Leaves it short but fouled.
Good work by Holmes, taking that to the rim.
That foul on Isabel Robin. That is her second, their fifth. So that's good news. I mean, that we're starting to rack up their fouls, but we have to make free throws. Abilene's been not good in this game at the line. On the season, they shoot 52%. They're not close to that tonight. Hayes trying to throw it across the paint to Vopat in the corner, and it was redirected out of bounds. Abilene keeps. Beth Holmes plays it in to Jenna Hayes, has it in the high post. Down low now to Beth Holmes. It's going to be stolen away by Ree Green. Green throws it now. This is a missed shot by Aaliyah Reuter. She misses the layup. Ree Green, though, gets the rebound and scores.
She's brought a spark, that's for sure. Ree Green has.
And that's what she did. That's what she did in the first meeting there deep in the game in the fourth quarter to help them win it. Beth Holmes turns, fires, right lane line. Couldn't get it to go from 5 feet out. Rebounded by Lillard. Great effort for her inside. 27 all. Holmes has it in the corner. Turns down the shot. Left-hand dribble drive. Try to dump it to Clements. Ball is batted around and picked up by Hayes. Robin now on the attack. Coming in from the right side. Scoops it up and in. Isabel Robin with the basket for Hayes.
Hayes has picked up their effort for sure, and Ree Green has definitely been a spark plug there. And they're getting it done right now.
Again, their coach looks so young. His name is Kyle Porter. And Porter guided Royal Valley to a state championship last year in Class 3A. Here's a shot up and in and out for Abby Lillard. Missed it from the elbow. 1:20 to go here in the third quarter. Green plays it off to Schaefer. Schaefer, boy, looked like she dipped that shoulder into Lillard. No call. Here's Green all the way to the basket. Missed. Gets her own rebound. It's taken away, though, by Lillard. Abby needs to find a guard. Almost coughed it up.
Yeah.
Gets to Jade. Jade over to Jenna. 1 minute to go.
Jade's
in the
gonna
third.
Take the three.
In and out.
Sorry, Jenna's going to take the three.
50 seconds left, third quarter. Reuter, she's versatile. She brings it up herself. She's gassed, though. She's tired. Reuter has her hands on her legs, on her knees. Bathurst and Snowball to check in next dead ball. We'll see if they get in this quarter. 30 seconds to go here in the third.
It's like Hayes might be willing to wait for the last shot here.
20 seconds now. Robin has it in the corner. Again, Robin did not play in the first matchup between these two. Robin with 9 seconds to Green. Back up top to Schaefer. Looks like nobody wants the ball.
Oh, Vopat with a steal.
Yeah, she says, I'll take it. Jade to Beth. Beth having trouble. Get off the shot. I don't think she did in time, but she didn't make it anyways. Darn it. After 3 quarters of play, it is Hayes 29 and Abilene 27. You're listening to Cowgirl Basketball on KABI. Okay.
So who are you pointing at when you're
Trying to let her know what the,
Oh.
because if they don't cut us off, what we're saying. To 27, 29 to 27 our score. Hayes leading as we enter the fourth quarter. Trent Sanchez alongside my partner Eric Danifer. An update from Chapman. It is the 8th grade boys. They're undefeated. They lead over Wamego at halftime 25 to 14. What a job Tim Klein has done with that bunch. Their record's not great from playing cupcakes. They've beaten a lot of bigger schools. Schools out of Salina, Manhattan, Junction, Great Bend. Pretty impressive what they've done. Nunnery turns it over for Hayes.
Yeah, another turnover. Good for us.
They finished, Hayes did, Eric, on a 6-0 run that third quarter.
Yeah, it's important to establish ourselves early in this quarter and take the lead back.
29 to 27. Abilene back with the basketball here. You have Snowball, Bathurst, Vopat, Hayes, and Holmes as the 5 for Mike Libby. You have Allison Libby on the bench in foul trouble with 4 fouls. Vopat lobs it inside to Bathurst. Does a good job of catching it. Kicks it out now to Jenna Hayes in the corner. Right-hand dribble drive all the way to the basket. She gets fouled. That's Reuter who got her on the arm.
And that's 4 on Reuter.
It is, and it is their 6th team foul, except the bad thing is Abilene has not helped themselves at the line. Jenna Hayes leading the team in scoring tonight with 9. She averages 8.3 a game. Free throw up and good for Jenna. She has been, though, their best free throw shooter on the season.
Yeah, it looks good coming out of her hand. She's got 10 now.
And she has not attempted one, so she might be the girl you want shooting free throws. Well, she is the girl you want shooting free throws in this game. She had 12 points on Tuesday against Chapman. She made both free throws. She has now 11 points. And we're tied at 29. It's going to be another tight finish here. Eric, just like it was the first time these two met earlier in the month. Robin skips it across to Green. Green going underneath. And Abilene sending that pass out of bounds. It'll stay with the Lady Indians. So they have out on the floor Maya Loomis, Nunnery, Robin, Green, and Schaefer as their 5. Here's a 3 for Nunnery, short. Out of bounds, the ball goes, and the Cowgirls get it back. We're tied at 29 with 6:54 left. This is a lot of fun, and I'm glad this game is a lot of fun, just like the first matchup. But boy, that boys game, so excited about that because so much is on the line. And what it looks like, just talking to some folks, that it's going to be it's going to be Abilene or Buhler 4-5. It just matters, if Abilene wins or loses, it's still going to be Abilene Buhler 4-5. And here's a missed shot by Jenna Hayes. What I'm saying is if Abilene loses, they'll go to 5 and Buhler will be the 4, or they'll flip-flop. If Abilene wins, they'll be the 4 and Buhler will be the 5. Either way, they're probably going to face each other in a sub-state final. The 4 and 5 are in the same sub-state. Here's a missed 3.
Good defense by the girls.
That 3's missed by Loomis, and now a steal for Nunnery. That's too easy. Darn it.
Nunnery with a steal in the basket.
Taziah Nunnery with a steal and a bucket, 31-29.
Yeah, the turnovers. We really need Beth or Jenna to take the ball to the rim.
Abilene's going to have a really tough game against Buhler if they make it that far into the sub-state. That would be in a sub-state final. Buhler's playing really good ball. Here's Vopat for 3. Man, she needed that, and so did the team.
That's a big shot.
32-31, 5:51 to go in this game. That's Jade's first field goal. She has 4.
And Lillard getting ready to check back in. I think that'll be good for the final stretch.
Leiby's going to check in too. Oh, here's a steal for Beth Holmes. Jenna Hayes got a hand on a ball. Here's Holmes all the way to the basket. There's an easy layup for Abilene. Beth with 8. 34-31, 5:29 to go. Timeout's going to be taken here by Kyle Porter.
Yeah.
A full timeout.
Good little run by the ladies.
Abilene back on top, 34-31. What they have done, they started the first quarter weak, but they've started the second, third, and fourth quarters now strong, Eric, and that's a good sign. That's a sign of a well-coached team.
Yep, and now it's time to finish. Free throws, valuing the possessions. Those are going to be important things down the stretch. And I look for Holmes and Hayes and Lillard to take it to the rim.
We have some of our coaches making it back. I'd love to get them on. James Stout's in the building. Maybe if they hang around, I'll try to get them on in between games. But James Stout, Corey Castile here. He's my new 7th grade head coach now.
Looks like maybe they're carrying some hardware.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that would probably be right, because probably a team placing, because at last check we were 5th as a team.
Yeah.
And Lindsay Beekman finished 2nd at 170, and Skylee Flaster finished 4th at 109. Again, she didn't get a chance to wrestle that 3rd place match because just a slip up. It's their first year. I guess they didn't think about it or get it figured out that you can only wrestle 5 matches, and she hit her 5th before that 3rd place match. But yeah, if they're in the building, I will. Excuse me, but they probably will go home. They're gonna have a long day tomorrow. I doubt they'll hang around. Yeah, I saw that. It's too bad. Talking about Kansas State, Scotty Hazelton, defensive coordinator for the Kansas State football team, got hired by Michigan State, so that bummed me out. 34-31 the count. Abilene with the lead with 5:14 to go in the game. But yeah, folks, I don't see those coaches probably hanging around here as I think about it. Jenna Hayes with an excellent steal. Too tall as Ree Green tried to throw it over the top of her, because they're going to have a long 2 days. And I worried about them a little bit. That's a grind on all those coaches. 3 straight days of all day. But you know what? I'm whining. At least we only have to go 20-some miles.
Right.
Think about those schools that travel a long, long distance. And then if you're, schools from around the state, they may not even be going to Salina. They may have to go to Wichita tomorrow or Hayes. Just depends, because that's the other 2 state locations. Abilene, of course, when I first started, used to go to to Wichita, and that's where they would have 4, 5, 6A. Some people miss it, but I like the easy trip to Salina, I'll be honest. Oh, Jenna Hayes trying to squeeze one in, and it's stolen. Not a good idea. Nunnery taking it coast to coast, and she's fouled on the floor. 34-31, Abilene.
Jenna's 3rd foul.
Foul number 4.
And that is the 4th on Abilene.
Oh. Yeah.
Triggering in is Lang, gets it into Nunnery, now to Reuter. Reuter surrounded by 3 defenders.
Good defense.
Yeah, Lillard blocked her. Not a good idea to try to shoot that. Here comes Abilene. It's Hayes and Holmes, Vopat, Lillard, and Leiby as the 5 on the floor for the Cowgirls. decent crowd here tonight. Hopefully we'll fill up more. We need all the help we can get, especially in that boys game. The Hayes boys, they're really tall, Eric, and they gave us problems in the first matchup. And that's one thing that Coach Taylor said. They out-rebounded us by 13 boards in that loss. Vopat for 3, missed it. Out of bounds, last touch by Ree Green, I thought. Yeah, last touch.
It's off Green. She hustles.
Robin checking in for Hayes.
Isabella Robin checking in for them, or Isabel, I should say.
Ree Green's quite an athlete, really. She's a spark plug for him.
Yeah, she makes things happen. I should dig up what she did in that first meeting because she had a real crucial shot late. Here's a 3 for Beth Holmes, in and out, missed it. She gave them the lead on a 3-point play with, I think it was 10.9 seconds left in that game is what I had.
Steal by Holmes.
Yeah, so yeah, she had the big play of the game. Here's Holmes all the way to the basket, couldn't finish, and now Reuter has it back for Hayes. Robin catches it in the forecourt, has it right of the circle, 3-point area. Pass down low to Nunnery. Nunnery blocked by Lillard, another block for Abby.
Yeah, we can settle in and make a bucket here. We've had a couple almost go down.
Timeout, Abilene.
8 losses in a row for the Cowgirls. They're trying to end that tonight. Lost by 3 in the first meeting. They're ahead by 3 right now. 34-31, 3:25 to go here in the fourth quarter. Abilene with a full timeout. We'll take it as well. We'll be back after this 1-minute timeout. You're listening to Cowgirl Basketball on KABI. (34-31). Abilene leads with 3:08 to go here in the fourth quarter. Abilene basketball out of the timeout. Vopat, Leiby, Lillard, Hayes, and Beth Holmes right now as the 5. Hayes currently in a zone defense.
Yeah, it looks like we're content just kind of hold it, pass it around. We are looking to go inside, but
on a foul out near midcourt. This foul on Lang, that helps Abilene. Almost a turnover there for the Cowgirls.
yeah.
Abilene in the bonus. That's the 8th team foul on them. It's the first on Lang. It's a 1-on-1 opportunity for Beth Holmes. She has 8 points. She is 2 of 3 at the line.
Yeah, this free throw and the bonus could be big.
Abilene checking in Joy Clements. They bring her in for Allison Leiby. Leiby goes back to the bench with 4 fouls. Trying to get her out on defense. Oh, look, wrestling coaches are hanging around. I'll see if I can get them.
That was in and out.
Free throw is missed, 34-31. Abilene with the lead, Hayes with the basketball. Schaefer, Green, Lang, Reuter, and Robin right now out there. So Nunnery not out on the floor for him. She had 21 in the first meeting. Nunnery tonight with 10. Wow, that pass way off the mark. Schaefer way wide of Robin. Nunnery, just as I say that, checking back in. Abilene's cleaned up in the turnover department, Eric. I talked about that.
Yep.
I have them with 11 after halftime. I have Abilene with just 5. I mean, that's part of the difference.
Absolutely. The other thing you said was free throws, and
Abilene doing better.
Some. Yep.
They're doing a little bit better. Not great, but better.
Well, the last 2 minutes will be telling here because we'll probably get some opportunities.
Vopat bumped, no foul call. It's picked up, though, by Lillard as Vopat lost it. 2 minutes, 8 seconds to go. Abilene in no hurry here. Here's Holmes all the way to the basket. She gets
nice take.
Fouled by Nunnery. 4 on her now.
Couple big free throws here.
And good thing this is 2 shots. Beth did miss the front end of a 1-on-1 moments ago. She is 2 for 4 today. 2:03 left in this game. Free throw up and short.
Gotta hit those free throws.
Abilene 2 of 4 this quarter, so maybe they aren't that much better the second half. They were 1 of 4 last quarter, so it's starting to go south for them again at the line. If she can just hit one. She missed that one. Rebounded by Reuter. 2 minutes left. 3-point lead for Abilene. They're almost in the same position they were the last time they met. Robin in the corner for 3. No, an air ball, but nobody boxed out Nunnery, and she gets an easy putback.
Here we go.
1-point game, 34-33. So you don't always get second chances in life, Eric. Here we are. They get a second chance. Late in the game, almost same scenario. They're up. 1:30 left. This is when it went all wrong in the first matchup, and this is maybe why Mike Libby wants to stop and talk it over with him. If I remember right, he didn't do that in the first meeting. I'm not criticizing him. I'm just saying maybe he's thinking differently this time. Sure. 34-33, Abilene leads. 1:29 to go in this game. We'll take a timeout. Well, actually, Billy, we'll keep it right here. We'll keep it right here. I don't want to miss anything with just 1:29 remaining.
Huge possession in the game. Got to get some points here to stretch it back out.
And, you know, you would think, I mean, they have options here. It's not just one girl dominating for Abilene. You got Jenna with 11, and, you know, she's been quiet. She hasn't scored since. I think I would get it to her and have her because she made both of her free throws.
Yeah.
She's the only player that's been consistent at the line in this game for Abilene. And she's our leading scorer. I mean, I don't have a problem with Beth Holmes having it, but maybe create between those two. But you have some options. Jenna with 11, 8 for Lillard, and 8 for Beth.
Yeah, I'd say if Jenna catch the ball, take it to the rim. Even if she catches the high post, take it to the rim. Good things happen.
She is statistically their best foul shooter. And, you know, even if she doesn't get off a shot, even if she's just fouled, Abilene's in the bonus. They have 18 fouls. Abilene has some fouls to give. Abilene with just 4. 34-33 Abilene. 1:29 to go here in the game. Alternate possession, by the way, favoring Abilene if we have a jump ball. Timeout situations, both teams with 2 left. Hayes with the basketball on the drive all the way to the hoop. Went runner off the glass,
nice.
Missed it. Lillard to follow, no. Rebounded by Reuter. Well, we got what we wanted, just didn't get the finish we were hoping for. They have the ball. Schaefer over to Reed Green. 1:12 to go. Hayes down by 1. Robin shoots, scores. They're up. Darn it. So 35-34 Hayes with 1:07 to go in this game. Abilene bench trying to be supportive to the girls as they walk off the floor, and a 30-second timeout taken here by Hayes.
It'll be interesting to see what Coach draws up. Last time Hayes took it to the rim. Had a decent look. Abby even had the rebound. Just we couldn't finish.
Both teams have had their struggles. Hayes has lost 6 to 7. Only game they won during that stretch was against Abilene. Abilene has lost 8 in a row. 35-34, Hayes with the advantage. And again, if Coach Stout remains here, I'll try to go grab him to get him on between games.
It's like Hayes might show a little pressure in the backcourt.
They'll have to be careful, though. Again, they do have 8 fouls. Again, their coach is a smart one. Won a state title last year at Royal Valley.
Yeah, we have Jenna bringing it up.
It's pretty smart because she can do it, and if she can draw a foul against him. Vopat holds right now. Hayes by 1, 35-34. Oh, wow, way off the mark. Vopat, I think, was looking for Jenna Hayes.
Yeah.
It wasn't even close there, and Reuter was doing a good job defensively. Now they're going to hold. Now Beth Holmes commits a foul. Abilene,
we have fouls to give.
Abilene can be an aggressive here.
Yep.
Foul number 1.
43.6 seconds left. Abilene down by 1. This game playing out too similar to the last game.
Yeah, you got to give fouls. You got to be aggressive trying to get the steal right here.
Big boys matchup next. Our boys need to win that game to finish in the top 4. Hayes just working it right now. Yeah, you're encouraging them to come up, put some pressure on them. They're laid off. Again, Abilene's going to have to, they have a foul to give still.
Yeah, they got to go now.
I didn't even see anything there yet, but.
Yeah.
Anyway.
It's okay.
Yeah, we needed a foul anyways, but.
Foul number 2.
I would have liked to have seen it on maybe a play on the ball, but that is the 6th, and for Jade Vopat, that's her first. So now no more fouls to give. Abilene leading, or trailing, by 1. Hayes 35, Abilene 34. Clements fouling Schaefer in the backcourt. So Clements picks up her second. That's That's our 7th as a team. All right, let's check out Schaefer. Oh, man. Got to know your numbers. Schaefer is not the person you want to foul. 75% foul shooter. I mean, because there's some players you would want to foul on their team.
Yeah, I would have liked to seen the girls be more aggressive before the ball's inbounded, just all over hounding them.
3 of their 5 starters are 50% or below, and Schaefer gets the roll on that one. (36-34), 21.9 seconds to go. Timeout for Hayes. So they've gone through all their timeouts. A full timeout, 36-34 Hayes with 21.9 seconds to go here in this game. We'll keep it right here. Let's see here. Abilene led 34-31 with 5:29 to go. So Abilene's gone over 5 minutes without scoring.
Yeah, and they had chances at the free throw line, chances at the rim.
Missed the front end of a 1-and-1 at the 2:50 mark. Missed 2 free throws with 2:03 to go in the game.
Well, regardless of the result of the free throw here, we just need somebody to make a play. Somebody to be confident. I know they haven't had a lot to hang their hats on over the last several games, as you said, losing 8 in a row. Needs to make a play.
Well, here's the thing about it, too. Even if she makes this one, it's still a one-possession game. That's the good news.
Absolutely.
Despite not scoring, it's still a one-possession game. So that's the good news out of all of this. But, yeah, looking at their numbers, if they have to foul again, just depends who's on the floor for them. Marie Green's out there. She's 50%. Nunnery is actually 68%. Reuter's
only the 30s, right?
36%. Robbins 45%. So there's those last 2 I mentioned would be candidates. She makes both free throws. Does Schaefer, and that makes it 37-34.
15 seconds.
12 seconds. Abilene needs to get someone open. Oh, a good look for Jenna from the far side. Oh, man, she missed it. It's picked up by Leiby. Leiby back to Jenna for 3. No, short. Lillard trying to save it. It's saved in, and that's the ball game. Wow, can you believe that? Twice this month. Twice this month. Is he psychic? It's 37-34. Hayes gets the win. We're going to take a quick timeout, and I'm going to be back with James Stout. We're going to talk about Cowgirl wrestling today. You're listening to Cowgirl Basketball. Post-game show next here on KBI. Now getting set for Cowboy basketball, but the girls' game just wrapped up. It was Hayes winning 37-34. That was painful because our girls led 34-31 with 5:29 to go in the game. Our girls wouldn't score the rest of the contest. Hayes gets the win again by 3 points, in which Abilene had the lead in the fourth quarter against the Lady Indians. Hayes led 10-8 after 1, 21-20 at halftime, 29-27 after 3, and again the final, Hayes wins 37-34. Abilene led by as many as 5 on a couple of separate occasions. They led by as many as 6, but that was clear back in the first quarter. Player of the game was Jenna Hayes. She finished with 11 points for the Cowgirls, the first National Bank of Hope player of the game, 8 apiece for Holmes and Lillard, 4 for Vopat, and 3 for Hannah Snowball. Hayes was led by Nunnery with 12, 10 for Reuter, 4 for Green, 2 for Schaefer, 1 for Lang, 6 for Robin, and 2 for Fox. While we have a moment here, I was able to track down James Stout, and we can talk quickly about what took place today in the inaugural Girls State Tournament in Salina. Coach Stout, I appreciate you joining me. I'm sure it's been a long day for you. but an exciting day for the girls in the Cowgirl Wrestling program.
Absolutely, and I'm here to support the boys and girls basketball teams as well, as my daughter cheers for the basketball cheer team. So here seeing some of her final games as a cheerleader for AHS.
So maybe we should talk about, what they say, the elephant in the room with what happened to Skyly Flaster. As I'm looking from some information here from Curtis Ryan. Let me see. So we finished 6th place, right?
Correct.
And where did he have that?
Which very well could have changed had we been able to wrestle that last match with Skyly, because we lost 2 places, I believe, just based on some of the forfeits that were given to the other teams.
Oh, here's what I saw. Per Curtis Ryan, 11 of the 22 consolation finals matches ended in forfeits because I guess they didn't foresee that happening. You could only wrestle 5.
Well, they did know that it was going to happen. I think they underestimated it a little bit. I had some discussions with Mark Lentz, the KSHA director, about this. Even leading into the tournament, he expected the format was going to allow 8 girls per bracket, which would not have caused in a regular bracketed type format. It didn't seem right to only qualify 88 for the state tournament. So they decided to move up to 12 per weight, which made 132 a lot more equitable compared to the boys qualifiers and the boys state participants. So they went ahead and went up to 12, knowing that they were going to have some of these medal matches happen to be forfeits. And kudos to them. You know, they allowed 44 more girls to participate today in this inaugural state tournament. They pushed through and sanctioned this sport last year, and this was the first year. But I think wrestling fans statewide are probably going to see a huge benefit from this, especially if you like to watch a lot of different divisions. Because girls is 1 through 6A, one division. Mm-hmm. Boys have 3 separate sites with 321A in Hayes, 4A, and that's really the only way not to split up these coaches and these teams away from either their boys or girls, because they're going to have to turn that girls tournament into a 2-day event, and you can't overlap those same 2 days with the boys. Everything else with sub-state basketball and everything else that fits so nicely together. There's really no other way to make it happen unless you did a Wednesday, Thursday girls tournament, and then them teams go on down the road to their separate sites. And I'm sure they're going to look at everything. But I think the biggest and the most exciting proposal on the board is to build an all-class tournament. That we see this in other states. I believe Colorado's in the Pepsi Center. I believe that the great big one in Nebraska, all classes, and they don't even have girls yet, but they have it in a big center in Omaha, and it's all of the divisions in the state all in one, and it's usually a 3-day tournament. I think that's probably the most likely cure for this problem. So Skyly was okay with it. We talked to her. We even told her a few matches ahead that if she makes the medal match, which we expected her to, she wouldn't be able to wrestle it because it'd be her 6th match, and she was okay with it. So I'm okay with it. I think the byproduct's going to be something huge for the state.
Well, it's good talking to you because you shed a lot of light on some questions that a lot of us had. So that really was informative what you just ran down. So Skyly Flaster, let's look back at her day. She opened up with a victory, and she beat a girl from what school is that? FSH? I'm putting you on the spot.
Yeah.
It's tough because it's all classes like you said.
Right, and there's some of these.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry. Just your thoughts on Skyly's day. I don't want to put you on the spot.
Absolutely outstanding. She won her first match by fall in the first period. Had a little bit of a slow start in that match actually, and took her down and then went right to her back and pinned. Then she had an undefeated eventual finalist in the second match. She wrestled tough, had a couple opportunities to score some more points, but lost 6-2. And then came back and had to beat a girl from Holcomb that placed in our own regional as well, but took short work. Jake Thompson we kind of know because she's the cousin of Kane Kelly, who's a former state champ of ours. Yep. And she's the daughter of Rocky Welton, who's Hall of Fame on many levels. It's now an Abilene resident. So, she went out with that win, getting her into that 3rd place match. But unfortunately, as we said before, she wasn't able to wrestle it. But I tell you what, she's a good kid, tough, hard-nosed, and works just as hard as any boy we have in the room.
And then there's Lindsay. Lindsay made it all the way to the final and took on the girl from Ziegler from Council Grove, who she lost to at regionals in the championship, and unfortunately lost to her again.
Correct. Yeah, and Lindsay had a really first match after her bye, and then had a really tough Rebecca Smith from Topeka Washburn Rural, who was 27-2 at the time, I believe, and only had 2 losses on the year, and it come down to the wire, but Lindsay ended up pulling out a 4-3 victory and then lost in the finals. But she's a state runner-up. She's only a sophomore, and the two of them together end up earning a sixth place finish as a team.
Well, Coach, I'm going to let you go now. Appreciate visiting with you. I'm going to see you over the next couple of days. I didn't get a chance to make it over to there today, but we're going to cover every match live both tomorrow and Saturday, Curtis Ryan and myself. So thanks for stopping by.
Yeah, we appreciate you too, Trent.
We're going to take a timeout. I'll be back with Terry Taylor. This is Cowboy Pregame on KABI. Beating Abilene 37-34. Now here is the premier matchup of the night. It's Abilene versus Hayes in boys basketball. These two teams met just back on February the 18th, with Hayes winning that game 56-46. Abilene 13-6 on the season, outright NCKL champions. Looking back at that game, Abilene shot just 36% from the floor, but they only turned over the basketball in that game 8 times. When you talked, but even though I say that, they had major turnover issues in the fourth quarter. If I look back at my notes, I don't know if my notes agree with the statisticians, but let me check back at what I had. Let me see here. But yeah, you know, that's pretty close to being accurate. I guess I had Abilene with 9, so pretty close to what the statistician had, but I had Abilene with 6 in the fourth quarter. So they didn't turn over the basketball, or they turned over the basketball in the fourth quarter. And also, they were out-rebounded by 13 in that game, which we knew height was going to be a problem, Craig.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, you know, we played a zone early on, and they really handled our zone really well. And the one thing we struggled with the entire game was their matchup zone, and that's really kind of a zone with man principles, so they kind of really guard closely the guy in their area, and they just kind of match up when they're in their area. And so it was really tough for us to, you know, when we penetrated, we got some opportunity, but when we just kind of passed around the outside and settled for long shots, we just didn't shoot that well. I think even Coach Taylor shoot that well. So you know, I was talking to Coach Grafey before the game. If you're not excited and you're not fired up and ready to play this game means a lot. There's a lot at stake here. We would love to play at home.
I'm excited too. Here is the lineup for Hayes. They are coached by Alex Hutchins in his first year as the boys coach. 5'7" junior Jason Cranowiter. He's averaging 7 a game. Now, they played on February the 21st, that Friday after beating us. They won in overtime, 59-50 over Garden City, because Cranowiter sent it to overtime with a three-pointer. He had 11 in the first matchup against us. Carson Kiefer, a 5'11" sophomore, averaging just over 7 a game. TJ Nunnery, a returning starter, a 6' junior, averaging 10.7 a game. Dylan Reuter, a 6'8" senior, averaging just over 6 points, just over 6 boards. And Dalen Schwartz, a 6'6" junior, averaging just over 10 a game, 5.5 rebounds. So Cranowiter, Kiefer, Nunnery, Reuter, and Schwartz. For Abilene, coached by Terry Taylor, assisted by Eric Grafey and Kyle Taylor. 6'3" junior Josh Stuber. Stuber averaging 4.5 points, just over 4.5 boards. Had 7 points, 6 assists against Chapman. Avery Bryson, a 6'3" junior, averaging 10 points, just under 5 boards, 3 assists. Travis Beach, a 6'4" senior, averaging 16.7 points and 4 assists. Caleb Becker, a 6'4" sophomore, averaging just over 10.5 points, almost 7 boards, and just over 3 assists. He had 13 and 8 against Chapman. Grant Hintz, a 6'8" junior, 13 points, a career high, and 8 rebounds against Chapman. He was 5 of 5 from the floor, 3 of 4 at the line in that game. Hayes in their road Adidas uniforms. Hayes across the chest, in gold, trimmed in white. Abilene in their home white Nike uniforms. Cowboys across the chest, in orange, trimmed in brown. It's going to be Hintz for Abilene. Abilene going right to left. For them, Dylan Reuter for Hayes. 6'8" against 6'8". Basketball in the air, and tap's going to be controlled by Abilene. You know, we didn't talk a lot about Travis Beach. He was slowed down. Boxing won against him, just 4 points in that game against Chapman on Tuesday night. So we'll see how he starts here. Now, he did have 11 in the first meeting between these two. They go to him early, and he gets fouled.
You know, they started up in the matchup zone again, and I'm actually trying to watch it a little closer. They actually follow the guy coming into the lane, whether, you know, when we're cutting into the lane, they're following them. It's like a man principle, but they are in a 3-2 zone, but it's very matchup driven. So when we slash to the middle to try to create an opportunity in the middle of that zone, they're following us and staying with us.
And we have a different crew here as well, Craig. That first crew that officiated between these two, let them play. This crew calls it a little bit tighter. So we'll see if that affects the game.
Yeah, these guys have a lot of state experience. You've seen these guys many times at state.
They're a veteran crew, and I'm not criticizing them. I'm just saying they're operating a little bit differently from the crew that we had in the first meeting. I think they're a couple of them, some of the most respected officials we have in the state. Abilene with the basketball. In white, to my left as I view it. Up top now, Avery Bryson. You know, and Travis struggled in the last game, but, here's Grant Hintz wide open underneath, and he scores an easy 2. That's good to get him going early.
Boy, I want him to dunk that ball. He was wide open. Boy, that would have energized the crowd, energized the players, but laid it up, got the 2 points.
He thought about it. You could tell he was thinking about it, but I think he just wanted to get that first one to go easy. Schwartz driving the right lane line. Pumping, stripped, and there's Grant Hintz to get it. Caleb Becker helped him. Oh, wow, here's a pass by Stuber. but it's knocked out by a Hayes player. It was intended for Avery Bryson. Cranowitter was there, and so was Kiefer. Grant Hintz still hasn't missed a shot in his last 5 quarters of basketball. Let's keep that up.
It's kind of like the Azubuike effect at KU. He gets all his shots from like 1 foot away. But we know Grant can shoot it a little bit from 10, 15 feet as well.
Is he the X factor for this team? I mean, if he plays well, they're going to be a tough out, Abilene, on a nightly basis. Beach shut off on the drive. Back over to Josh Stuber. Stuber thinking about the 3.
I like our patience right now. You know, obviously there's no shot clock, and so I like the fact that we're taking good shots.
Becker falling to the floor as he missed a shot inside. Had a tough night against him in the first matchup. He was just 3 of 12 in that first meeting, but he always packs the stats. He had 9 boards that night. Here's a 3 up top. It's in and out. Missed by Reuter.
You know, he's got a nice-looking shot, but I almost, of all the kids out there, I'm okay with him shooting 3.
Yeah, he's only made 2 this entire season, now 2 of 13, so it's not a shot he takes a lot. Here's Beach leaning into the defender, missed it low right. Rebounded by Cranowitter. 2-0 the score. Abilene with the advantage. Abilene swept him last year. Hayes, though, won the first meeting by 9 this season. Nunnery has it on the wing now. He was actually kind of a surprise. He only scored 5 points in that first matchup. He averages double than that.
Yeah, but I really liked the way he played that game. He just, you know, he's very composed, just, you know, kept the ball, handled the ball well, didn't turn it over, made good passes, started offense, just did a lot of – his composure was really solid.
He scares me so much, though. I mean, that's why, yeah, you're right. He didn't play bad. He just didn't score a lot. 2-0 the score. Abilene with the lead. 5:15 to go here in the opening quarter. Hayes with the basketball. Cranowitter. He's a shooter from the outside. Had 3 threes in the first meeting between these two. Nunnery now with it. Looked like for a minute maybe he walked, but he didn't get the call against him.
You know, we started out in zone last time. We were in it for almost a quarter, and they hurt us bad, and we're in a man, and we're doing a great job playing great team defense.
Oh, Schwartz lost it as he tried to dribble. It went off his shin, and it was picked up by Josh Stuber. That's 2 turnovers for them, none for Abilene thus far. Pass into the corner. Beach for 3. Got it, and he's fouled. He is fouled on the play by Dalen Schwartz. A chance at a 4-point play. Boy, that will get you going.
That was a great shot, and it was a foul. I'm glad to see the ref watching the play after the shot leaves his hand. We talked about that last game. Some refs will look at the ball and all the way to travel to the basket, and they'll miss what happens afterwards.
Now, that's Dalen Schwartz's second foul, but the trouble is they bring in Jace Lindenberger. He was maybe their player of the game last time. He was huge off the bench for them with 12 points.
You know, they just run good sets off their in their zone offense. I think he was the recipient of some nice passes. We'll see how he handles being against a man.
Great start to this game. Abilene leads 6-0. Here's a pass down low. Lindenberger juggling it, and he gets called for the walk. Yeah, Bueller in action tonight, and I'll keep you updated on them.
I fully expect them to take care of business. I mean, they had an easy time with that. Was Circle the very first time they played, and I like what we're doing. We're being incredibly patient on offense, and we're getting good looks. Here's
Beach catching from Stuber, and he scores. Great assist and great finish there by Travis Beach. He has now 6 points, He had that 4-point play. 8-0 Abilene. Nunnery, a deep straightaway 3. He nailed it. TJ Nunnery from outside.
You still got to get a hand up, you know. You don't want to give him free shots. That was a deep 3. You still want to at least have him shoot over something.
Yes, he puts the fear into you, though, too. He's going to blow by most people. He is so fast.
That's where you got to count on your teammates to help out.
Bryson on the baseline. Yes, Avery Bryson knocks it down. Great start to this game by Abilene. 10-3 they lead.
You know, one of the great things about any zone is moving the ball from side to side, making the defense move, you know, making the defense work both sides. And in this matchup, they're chasing the ball a lot of times, and so the opposite side is open. And we've gotten some really nice looks from the opposite side. We're doing a great job taking care of the ball, too.
Reuter with it up top, dribbles to the free throw line, shoots over Henson, misses the shot, rebounded by Josh Stuber. Here comes Abilene, leading by 7 points in this game. Biggest lead was at 8-0. Here's a 3 from the corner from Bryson, and Avery hits again. And the score now 13-3 Abilene. How about those Cowboys? Hayes taking a timeout. A 30-second timeout for Alex Hutchins and the Indians. Abilene leading by 10 points. 13-3 at the 3-minute mark. Abilene getting everybody into the act. as Beach leading the way with 6.
Or they're going to be at ours. I mean, that's really kind of what it comes down to. I do think the road to state is, through Bueller. And, and we'd much rather play them here at home for sure.
They are hosting Circle.
Correct.
Tonight. That's who they are playing, and I'll get updates on that.
The question I have for you, though, is Clearwater has 5 losses as well, and they play collegiate, and they can actually win that. Collegiate can actually win that game, and all of a sudden now you have 2 teams with 6 losses. So where does that? I don't know the discrepancy in point differential between the 2.
Yeah, we'd have to figure that out. We'll let him straighten it out. Nunnery misfiring on a 3, and for Hayes, they can't finish any higher than 5th. Here's a lob backdoor. Bryson catches them, reverses. How did he do that? That was a circus shot for Avery Bryson.
He's very athletic. He's really good around the basket, as you can see. He loves to drive the ball. Avery, we know, has been playing really good basketball for a lot of the season.
Well, we would like to win tonight, but if we can be a little bit even picky, let's win really impressively. That'll give us momentum going into the postseason. That would be really nice, because even if we win, we're going to have to go through Bueller. I mean, of course, we're going to have a first-round game. We're going to respect that opponent, but if we win that, we're going to have to go through Bueller, and they're playing really fantastic.
We think.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't know, actually, and I don't know about the Clearwater deal, so that would be interesting if we would take their spot. Yeah, if we can win, we got to win. Let's just take care of business first.
Yeah, they go to defensive points allowed is how they determine if you're tied in the standings with someone. Here is a shot up, and it's blocked. Lindenberger had a block. Here comes the Abilene. Oh, and Caleb Becker, a little showtime, but his pass off the mark as he was looking for Avery Bryson.
You almost wanted Caleb to keep the ball a little longer because nobody picked him up. If you have the ball on a break, you want to go until somebody picks you up. It looks like, we had a 3-on-2, and nobody was, and Caleb should just gone all the way to the basket there. He gave it up a little early, I thought. Just being unselfish, but I think he should have kept the ball a little longer there.
That's just Abilene's first turnover of this opening quarter. Great start for them. Kiefer for 3 right angle. It's up and it's in. Carson Kiefer, all of their points have come from the perimeter. 15-6, 1:34 to go here opening quarter. Travis Beach brings it into the forecourt. Beach already more points this quarter than he had against Chapman. Beach turning into a double team, and now it's almost turned over, but it is going to be what? It's a scramble for the ball right now. And we're going to have a jump ball, and Hayes gets it on the alternate possession. We're going to see Blaze McVan check into the game. Blaze had a career-high 10 against Chapman on 3 of 8 shooting from the outside.
Blaze shot the ball well in the JV game. He's feeling pretty good about his shot right now. I like what he's doing. He's catching, shooting in rhythm. He's pretty confident right now, so hopefully he can get some shots up tonight.
Didn't their JV win pretty?
It wasn't easy. It got easy towards the end.
Okay. Kiefer missing a 3, Abilene basketball. But they did win, though.
Yes.
Okay. And our girls lost both varsity and junior varsity. Travis Beach going into Grant Hintz. Hintz falling to the floor. Terry Taylor wanted to foul, didn't get it, but Abilene keeps possession. Now the ball is stripped. Beach had it stolen by Kiefer. Kiefer taking it right at Avery Bryson. Bryson fouls him hard to make sure he didn't get the layup. Shot is missed. Free throws coming up for Carson Kiefer, a 54% foul shooter. .46.5 seconds to go here in this first quarter. Cowgirls lost 37-34. It played out pretty much just like the first meeting with the Lady Indians of Hayes. Free throws up and good for Carson Kiefer. He had just 4 points in that first meeting. He's already matched that total.
He was the gentleman that we were fouling at the end of the game and was missing free throws, and they took him out of the game finally. But he's a good shooter. He's a young kid. He plays really good, solid basketball.
Yep, just a sophomore. 5'11" sophomore. Made them both. It's 15-8. Abilene's lead now to 7. Stuber with the basketball. Plays it off to his left to Travis Beach. Beach with it on the wing. Calling out the offensive set out near midcourt. Going through the jump circle. Plays it over to Blaze.
And Hayes actually changed to man.
Abilene by 7. Stuber taking off on the drive against Crandallwitter. Shut off to Hintz now. Oh, tough pass for him to try to make. Abilene's getting sloppy now. They've turned it over again 4 times now. Here's a shot up and in by Kiefer. He's the hot hand for them.
Yeah, they switched to a man defense, and we didn't adjust very well. Let's see if we can run a good man set here and get a good shot.
So it's now 15-10. Abilene's lead is shrunk. Here's a deep 3 for McVan, an air ball, and Abilene does not finish that quarter strong, but they do lead 15-10 after one quarter of basketball. The Cowboys up. You're listening to Cowboy Basketball on KBI. Leading over Hayes in boys basketball. Again, our girls lost tonight. That final again, 37-34. Hayes ended that first quarter on a 7-0 run. Abilene started to turn over the basketball. They turned over the basketball 4 times, really over the last 2.5 minutes. Again, there's a lot on the line in this game. If Abilene can win it, they'll secure a spot in the top 4. And that means everything. That means you host throughout Sub-State. And this place, well, you know, I noticed something was missing. We don't have the band tonight. When that band's blaring, that helps us have a huge home court advantage. 15-10, Abilene with the advantage. Just underway here in the second quarter. Oh, and now Abilene turns it over again. Beach was looking for Becker. So it's Beach, Becker, McVan, Kieran Anderson, and Josh Stuber right now out there. They have some new players in as well. Noah Weimer out on the floor for them. And you also have Jordan Dale. He actually got in at the end of the first quarter, and I didn't mention that. I apologize. TJ Nunnery on the drive. Left-hand dribble drive all the way to the basket. Gets fouled on the drive. The Fort Hays State women tonight win in overtime. And Belle Barbieri with a double-double, 10 points, 10 rebounds. I don't have the opponent yet. I'll have to track that down, but that was...
I wonder if she had 10 points and 10 rebounds. No, there's no way. It was just in that overtime.
No, but I meant in the game.
I was just looking at the note we received.
I wouldn't think so either. That'd be pretty awesome.
Yeah, I know.
Dale a miss, and a follow shot up and in by Jace Linenberger.
Again, turnovers. We got to get – those are empty possessions. We got to get at least a shot up at the basket, give ourselves an opportunity. We got to take care of the ball.
They're on a 9-0 run. Abilene led by as many as 12 points. Becker into the corner to Josh Stuber. Back to Becker. Come on, Caleb. The 8th grade wins, by the way, the championship in NCKL. They went undefeated. Undefeated this year under Tim Klein, his first undefeated team. They are a special group, it sounds like, Craig.
Yeah, both classes are special. I mean, we got solid basketball players coming up through the program. You know, the next few years are going to be pretty exciting for Abilene basketball. We have a lot of talent coming back on varsity next year, too, as well.
I'll get you those scores. The 7th grade loss to Clay Center. The 8th grade beat Wamego, thanks to Derek Burns and to Tyler Bryson for getting me those scores. Bounce into the high post. Facing up now on the reverse pivot is Becker. Goes down low on the block to Stuber. Pumps, shoots, and scores. There you go, Josh Stuber. We needed some points from him, and we just needed some points, period. 17-12 Abilene. First points in almost 4 minutes of basketball for the Cowboys. And a travel here on Hayes.
And that's the kid that traveled like 3 times last week, actually, at Hayes. I mean, he struggled taking care of the ball.
That's Jordan Dale. He's a bench player for him, and another sophomore. They are young and talented, aren't they, Craig?
Yeah, they do. They have a lot of sophomores that are talented. That's a talented group.
That's your son's age, so you probably run across him on the summer circuit someday.
Absolutely.
17-12, Abilene. 6 minutes to go here in the first half. On the halftime show, we'll talk more wrestling. It was great to have James Stout on between games. He really broke down the situation of why Skyley couldn't wrestle in that third-place match, and it made a lot of sense. So that's why it's good not just to blast somebody before you know all the details. Beach, a corner 3, missed it, rolls off the rim. Rebounded by Schwartz, who's back in with 2 fouls. Nunnery just blazing, going right around Becker and scoring. Man, he made that look easy.
Nunnery with the basket.
Hey, we got to stop the ball early. We got to make him give up the ball. We let him get too deep there.
It's a one-possession game now. Abilene did lead by 12 in that first quarter, 17-14. Becker on the baseline, shot missing. Too much on it. Rebounded by Dylan Reuter.
Yeah, that's a shot that Caleb's got to knock down. That was a nice little set to him. He's got to knock that down. A little 10-foot jumper on the baseline.
Reuter catches it, back up top now to Schwartz. Caleb's been struggling with the shot a little bit lately, but you don't notice that much because he plays so hard and he fills up the stat sheet in other ways. I mean, he's still scoring, but he's just struggling with his field goal percentage, but he's doing a lot of other things really well. You know, he tied for the high in rebounds last game, and he led the team in steals. Schwartz misses inside, but he's fouled. This will be Caleb Becker's first and Abilene's fourth. This puts Schwartz at the line. He has not scored in this game. He's a 69% foul shooter. 6'8" junior rips the cords on the first. They're a perfect 3 of 3 at the line. 17-15 as they keep creeping closer. Abilene has just 2 points. 2 points in almost a little over 5 minutes of basketball. Only 2 points this quarter. He got the roll on the second one. So it is 17-16, Abilene. Travis Beach with the basketball. 4:43 to go here before halftime. Trent Sanchez, and I don't even think I introduced you. I'm so used to just hopping on. Craig Wildy joining me as always tonight. Great to have you back. Eric Danifer helped me out in the pinch with the last game. Oh, Caden Cope has checked in for Abilene.
You know, we had a nice pick and roll there, and you got hints on the, I can't even pronounce his name, Cranwitter on the roll, and holy cow, that's a mismatch.
Beach, a 3 up top, nailed it. Need to get him going again. He has 9 points, and it's 20-16. Abilene leads with 4:09 to go here before halftime. Cranwitter down low, throwing it to Reuter. He kicks it out to Nunnery all the way to the basket. Missed it. Tip try, no. Hens had it, lost it out of bounds to Abilene.
Yeah, like we're competing. I mean, we're competing hard. We're chasing players. We're all over the court. You know, we're competing well, which I fully expected tonight.
Bueller up on circle at the end of the first quarter. 22-14. And Fort Hays played Central Oklahoma, and they won that game 71-64. Thank you, Mike Robinson, one of our great listeners here on KBI, and a timeout taken by Abilene, a full timeout. We'll step aside as well. 3:57 to go in the half. Abilene 20, Hays 16. We'll be back after this 1-minute timeout. You're listening to Cowboy Basketball on KABI. Abilene starts with the basketball here out of the timeout. Josh Stuber catches it deep. A good entry pass by Blaze McVan, and Stuber is fouled. That last foul on Becker, by the way, was his second, not his first.
Foul on number 33, Lindenberger in for Hays.
That foul on Schwartz for them, that's his third. And that was at the 3:35 mark. I'm going to make a note of that. 3.5 to go here in this first half. Josh Stuber with the basketball. Drives, kicks it out to Caden Cope. Cope has it on the wing. The southpaw looking to get rid of it, lobs it. No one home. Tough pass to try to make to Grant Hintz, and he throws it away. 20-16 Abilene. 3:14 to go in the half. Nunnery lobs it inside. And it's going to be Reuter who played it off to Kiefer, and Kiefer gets fouled. 3:03 to go here in the half.
Foul number 3.
Caden Coe picking up the foul for Abilene. That's his first. Kiefer back to the line where he is 2 of 2. He had 7 points in that first quarter. Puts up a brick right there. As you mentioned, he struggled against Abilene in that first match up the line. Second free throws up, and he missed them both. Grant Hens trying to get to it. Darn it, it's picked up, though, by Reuter. Reuter throwing it back outside. Dangerous pass, almost thrown away, but Cranwitter saves it. So now they get a second possession here. New life. Cranwitter's been quiet. Penetrates to Reuter. Up top, a straightaway three. Barely drew iron. Missed it. Rebounded by Blaze McVan.
You know, like I said, I don't mind him shooting the three. They got plenty of other good shooters on that team.
Hasn't had a lot of success doing it this year, even though he has good form. Now, the 7th grade final, I was wrong on that. It was Clay Center winning 63-50 over Abilene in the 7th grade boys NCKL championship game. The 8th grade boys, they win 44-26, undefeated champions. Get you a score here. Clearwater up on Wichita Collegiate 13-7. You were talking about that game. That impacts the standings in 4A West too. Blaze McVan misses on a 3. And Bueller leading over Circle. But again, if Abilene just takes care of business, if they win, they'll be guaranteed 2 home games in sub-state. You only have to win 2 to get to state. Linenberger to Cranwitter, into the corner to Kiefer. Kiefer lobs it now to Reuter. Reuter to Kiefer. Kiefer having trouble with it and eventually lost it out of bounds to Abilene. Avery Bryson getting set to check back in for the Cowboys, does for Caden Cope. It's a fun time of year, isn't it, Craig? So much to keep up with, especially tonight.
Yeah, it's a good time. We got college basketball coming to a culmination, and there's some exciting things going on. Definitely, this is one of my favorite times of the year.
Girls State just threw more into the mix. Jay-Sean Jones getting set to check in for Abilene next dead ball. Wow. An illegal screen called here against Abilene. An offensive foul away from the ball anyways. I take it was an illegal screen. Blaze McVan picking up his first. Jay-Sean checks in for him. That is Abilene's 6th team foul.
You know, what I want to see out of Jay Sean, because he's very athletic, very quick, I would like to just focus on the defensive end. Just making sure you shut down the guy that you're guarding.
Maybe that's why they put him in. He didn't play in the first Hayes matchup. Cranwitter completely out of control. Darn it, and he gets bailed out. He didn't know what he wanted to do. But he was smart enough to draw a foul against Abilene and Grant Hintz. He has not scored in this game. He was trying to make something happen. You don't want to foul him. 75% free throw shooter. Was 2 of 2 in the first matchup with Abilene. Free throw up and good. Jason Cranwitter.
You know, one other thing that I and I need to watch a little closer. I mean, Cranwitter's not a very tall kid, and we have a mismatch in anybody that he guards, and we have yet to try to figure out a way to post that person up.
Seems glaring, doesn't it? 20-18, Cranwitter gets called for a reach-in.
Foul number 1.
Now that means a one-on-one opportunity here for Jay-Sean Jones. Not one-on-one, right? No, I'm looking at it wrong. I'm looking at our fouls and not theirs. Excuse me, that's just their 3rd. We have 8, Abilene, they have 3. 1:10 to go, and on the 4 now, 4, they corrected it. Our scoreboard's a lot more difficult to run. They have some new operators too, so here's Jay-Sean for 3, and a foul call before the shot as Hintz took a spill. This will be their 5th foul. And
they're going to be really aggressive now, especially in the second period. They can be really aggressive and try to go for a steal or just because they still have another foul to give before we get into the 1-and-1.
TJ Nunner. Oh, Travis Beach, the trick play, threw it off the guy's back and then scored. Done that more than once this year. 22-18, 55 seconds to go here. Abilene leading in the first half. Cranwitter down to Linenberger, and a travel call here against Linenberger.
And that's the Linenberger that I've seen play a lot, especially in the summer. I mean, he really hurt us the first time just because we played the zone and they ran good sets. But honestly, I like our matchup there with Stuber on him, and he doesn't handle the ball real well on offense.
He only has 2 points tonight, so he's playing at a human level. He did in the first matchup. He was real good, arguably their player of the game. They put him in, and they went on a big run in that game when he came into the game. 22 seconds to go. Abilene's going to be guaranteed the lead at halftime. Led by as many as 12. Hayes had a run to close the gap, and right now it's a 4-point Abilene lead. 22-18, 13 seconds to go in the half. Nunnery on Travis Beach. Stuber coming over to set the screen. Beach trying to get free. He falls to the floor, and a foul called against TJ Nunnery.
That was pretty good defense. He was Nunnery's looking for the 5-second call, and it was really close to that. But again, he could be aggressive because we're still not in the bonus.
That is the 6th team foul on them. 5.5 seconds to go here in the first half. Stuber to play it in. You have Becker, Jones, Hintz, and Beach out there as his targets. Becker gets it. Becker with the basketball with 4 seconds. Becker on the drive, try to play it off, and it's going to be thrown away. He tried to throw it through the big man, Reuter, and Reuter created the steal. At the end of the first half, Abilene leading 22-18. Halftime show coming up. We'll discuss wrestling. Cowboys leading by 4 as we head to the break. You're listening to Cowboy Basketball on KABI. (22-18) our score at the half. It is Abilene up in boys basketball. About 6:40 before we get underway in that second half. Just glancing back at the girls' game, it was Hayes winning that 37-30. Cowgirls with heartbreak again against the Lady Indians. They lost to them last week by 3. Had a lead with under 2 minutes to go in that game. In this game tonight, Abilene led 34-31 with 5:29 to go in the game. Abilene did not score the rest of the game after having that lead, so the Cowgirls lost their 9th in a row, and they fall with the loss to 5-15 to close the regular season. Hayes, with the victory, they improve to 6-13. 6-13. Hayes with the game still tomorrow against Dodge City before they wrap up the regular season. The Cowgirls were led on the night by the player of the game, Jenna Hayes. She had 11 points, 8 apiece for Abby Lillard and Beth Holmes. And for the seniors, I didn't talk about it, but the final home game for Beth Holmes, Jade Vopat, Hannah Snowball, Desiree Mead, and Annie Bathurst. So seniors are special to me. I'm sure they're special to you. You can't say enough good things about them because they stuck with it through the program. At the half, Clearwater leading Wichita Collegiate 21-14. And again, I did not update the standings, but they were, we could even look it up. They were third. They still are. Their record, I don't know if that's changed or fluctuated at all.
They are 14-5 because they won, and then they won Tuesday. And then if they lose, which they lost to Collegiate last time, they would be 14-6 as well. So
I'll go ahead and bring it up real quick so we can take a glance at it. The West standings. Right now, Augusta's sitting in first place, and I would think this has been updated. Sometimes they're late getting stuff, but probably at this point in the year they're not. Augusta's first with a 15-4 record. Clearwater is in second with a 14-5 record, so they jumped up there. Andale's in third now.
Interesting. I forgot about Andale.
With a 13-6 record, and Abilene's fourth. And Bueller's in fifth with a 12-7 record. So that's the standings right now. And Andale, you see, they are playing tonight at Wellington. Wellington 9-8. Let me check if that record's still accurate. Is this right here? No. Wellington is actually, I was looking at the girls' record. The Wellington boys are actually 6-13. So that should be a game in which Andale's not going to lose. So Andale's favored. Clearwater's taking care of business. Augusta's too far ahead of us to even be concerned about. But, I'm just happy if we can get in the top four. And Abilene will secure that with a win. Now, if they lose, Terry Taylor believes that Bueller would get the 4 seed over us because of defensive points allowed. And they have it here, average defensive points. I think that's where they show it here on the right. It's not a big difference, though. Bueller is almost 49 and we're almost 51, but it's probably, they got a good enough lead that we're probably not going to. But right now they'd lead in that category. So 20.
I just don't know if we could make it up even if we did lose this game,
Yeah. Either way, there's a good chance we're going to play each other in sub-state. The 4 and 5 are in the same sub-state together. Let's talk about state wrestling tomorrow. We're going to have coverage. We're going to do every match live at the state tournament.
Now, I didn't get a chance to hear your interview. What does Coach Stout think about our opportunity? It was 6 wrestlers. What does he feel? It's always kind of tricky at state because you have teams that do really well in duels and you have teams that do really well in those individual type setup.
I was we were pressed. I wouldn't even say we were pressed. We talked for a long time, but we talked so much about the girls we never got to the guys.
Gotcha.
But I always feel so good. I feel like we're prepared. We can look at some of the matchups tomorrow. 106, Chris McClanahan's going to be taking on Quentin Pata of Ulysses. Pata's ranked second in the state, so that's going to be a tough match for Chris McClanahan. At 113, Cooper Withnow, a tough opening match. He's going to take on TJ Taylor of Iola. He's ranked 6th in the state. If he somehow gets past him, he's going to have to take on the number 1 kid out of Pratt. 120, Caleb Stroda. At least he's not taking on someone ranked, but he's going to be against Ryan Owens of Lewisburg. At 126, Will Stroda. Will Stroda is ranked number 2 in the state. Finished 2nd last year. He's going to take on Lucas Hopper of Baldwin in the first match. On Will's side of the bracket, he has the 6th ranked kid and the 3rd ranked kid. And the 3rd ranked kid's the kid he lost to last year in the state final at 113 pounds, Braden Ledford of Winfield. 132, Braden Wilson has to take on Kobe Burchett, ranked 4th out of Fort Scott. So seeing a lot of tough matchups. On 145, that's Justin Wisner-McLean of Chapman. I'm going to skip ahead to our wrestlers. 195, this is the toughest first-round draw. Colby Moore is going to have to take on the #1 ranked kid out of Prairie View, Chans, I believe is how you pronounce it, Gerlman. He only has 1 loss this year. He's a kid, though, that didn't place last year. He qualified but didn't place, and here he is ranked #1 this year. So that's our lineup for tomorrow with 6 kids going to state. You know, you have Zach Ferris going at 220 for Chapman. You know, the thing that's interesting to me, he only has 1 loss. He lost to the #1 kid, but yet Zach's ranked #3, and he's on the same side of the bracket as the #1 kid. So that's tough for Zach.
Yeah.
It's frustrating. So he's going to have to face the #1 kid out of Tonganoxie in the semifinals if they both win, which they should. He only lost to him by 1. So Ferris and Will Strode are 2 guys that are possibilities of getting to the state finals, and sometimes you have those surprise kids. So,
you know, I wonder, you know, because I don't know wrestling very well, but I got to believe it's similar where there's huddle film on your opponents, and and you.
I would say wrestling's not my favorite sport. I love how much they know. I'd say wrestling fans are the most knowledgeable there is. Everyone, so they're just so knowledgeable. 22-18 as we begin play here in the third quarter. Hayes starts with the basketball, right to left here in the second half. Cranowitter for 3, not the start that we wanted. It is the start they wanted.
You know, that's the tricky part about going to help. You know, as your level of competition gets better and better when we're playing great high school team, you want to be careful.
Becker inside. He gets his first points. Big points for Caleb Becker. We need to get him on track.
Yeah, and they went straight at Dalen Schwartz, too, so that's good news.
Yeah, and he has 3 fouls, so he had to be careful. Schwartz with the basketball right now, driving against Becker. Shut off on the drive, back outside to Cranowitter. Jabs a couple of times, now probes down the lane, out of control. This time he doesn't get bailed out with the foul, but the ball ends up in the hands of Jordan Dale.
And Jordan Dale's an early starter because he did not start the game.
Yeah, so he's starting here in the second half. Nunnery taking
about turnovers, taking care of the ball. If we can take care of the ball, I believe we're going to have a good chance to win this game. I mean, I feel like that's where, you know, Hayes did their damage in the second quarter as we turned the ball over and they scored off it.
Avery Bryson fouled as he's driving across the free throw line, and this foul committed by Dylan Reuter. Now, Buhler and Abilene almost met each other. We were talking about them at the SIT, but Buhler fell late against Wichita South. Abilene beat Wichita South. You know, there's several points in the year where you can look at losses. That one hurt them. Here's Becker missing on the baseline. That was a big win for Abilene. 24-21. Hayes with the basketball. Schwartz with it up top. Reverses to his left. In front of his bench to Nunnery. Abilene still with the lead in this game. Had a 12-point lead in the first quarter. Led 15-10 after 1. Led at halftime by 4. Hayes went on a 9-0 run to get back in the game after falling behind by 12. That bridged the end of the first and the second quarters. Cranowitter with it on the wing. Right of the screen, launches a 3. Missed it, too strong. Reuter, those long arms, able to pull down the rebound. Ow, and somehow got that awkward shot off against Henson, scored his first points. That's his first points of the game.
Yeah, I thought Grant did a good job defensively, but again, it's a second chance point. We we've defended really well. We just got to give them one shot and get it and go.
Both big men only with 2 points so far. Stuber not looking for his shot. Passes into Bryson, 12-footer turnaround, missed it, rebounded by Reuter.
You know, I think he got in this. We talked about posting up Cranowitter, and that's what they went right to him.
Schwartz catching inside, blew the layup, rebounded by Grant Hintz, and now Hintz has it taken away by Reuter. Terry Taylor went to the foul. He didn't get it. Reuter scores again. And now they lead 25-24. This is their first lead of the game. 5:11 to go here in the third quarter. Stuber turning, has a shot blocked. There's a foul. Reuter picking up his second.
That may have been a foul down there, but I really think you want Grant Hintz to grab that ball and not bring it down. He brought it down, and all of a sudden he made himself small. You got to keep it up and strong in a good rebounding position and look for your outlet.
Stuber at the free throw line. Free throw up and good for Josh Stuber. 25-25, 5:08 to go here in this third quarter. Stuber, 3 points now in the game, a 38% foul shooter, so a big make for him on the first. Studies, releases, and buries that one. Josh's confidence going up a little bit. 2 big free throws for him and the team. 26-25, Abilene right back on top. Dale pulling up on the baseline. Left it short. Nobody boxing out Reuter. He gets fouled, missed, but gets 2 free throws. At least he missed, though. That was a point-blank range shot.
Point-blank range, but what we have to do as defenders is we ended up watching the shot instead of going to find the guy to box out. We went and watched the shot. They moved while the shot was in the air, and they got the offensive rebound. But he missed the first free throw, so this will end up being a positive.
Good foul. 57% shooter at the line. Barely drew iron on that first one. Second is up, and he missed that one. But, Josh Stuber took away that ball from Lindenberger. Abilene back with the ball. They lead 26-25. Again, the Cowboys win. They're in the top 4. They host in Sub-State. Becker, a 3 from the corner. Nailed it over the top of Lindenberger.
Man, that's one where Coach Taylor's going, no, yes. I mean, that was a nice step back by Caleb, and he has that shot in his arsenal.
Here's Reuter turning around with a hook shot. He missed it there. It's Caleb Becker to rebound it. Again, Becker tied for the team lead with 8 rebounds against Chapman. Also led the team in steals with 3.
I had to believe he had probably 4 or 5 assists there, too, as well, huh?
I didn't have him for that, but we'll blame the statistician. Here's a hint. He couldn't handle that pass from Becker, and Becker trying to get it back for his team, and it's out of bounds, I guess is what they're calling here on Abilene.
I don't know what that call was.
I don't either. It
Coach
wasn't
Taylor,
a foul.
Coach Taylor didn't even say anything, and I didn't see the ball go out of bounds, and Caleb wasn't even.
It was very close to being out of bounds. I guess that was the only call it could have been made. It was right underneath the basket. So, nevertheless, Abilene doesn't have it.
That was a big 3 by Caleb. Now we just need to follow it up with a good defensive stand.
4-point lead for Abilene, 29-25. We're halfway through this third quarter. Krennewitter, left-hand dribble drive all the way to the hoop, rejected by Hintz. Darn it, he looked clean up top, but must have caught him a little bit with the body.
That's where when he has the size advantage, and you'll see some of the college players that are coached really well, especially the big guys, and I'll use Azubuike from KU. You see him defend, he just goes straight up. Yeah. And all of a sudden, if you're 6'8", and your wingspan is, I got to believe it's close to, 6'10", maybe. You become very big by just going straight up and jumping straight up, and all of a sudden the offensive player is going into you, and they won't call the foul.
You have to against him. You're 13 inches taller, over a foot taller, and he's a deadly free throw shooter. You don't want to foul him. Make him prove he can get a shot over the top of you. Krennewitter makes them both. He's 4 of 4 at the line. He's 75%, but he shoots better than that. Halfway through this third quarter, 2-point lead for Abilene.
I believe this is going to be a post-up. Nope.
They go into Becker down on the block, and he is fouled from. This is huge. This is a 4th foul on Dalen Schwartz. 3:46 to go here in this third quarter. He just picked up his 4th foul. That is their 3rd. So they bring Reuter back into the lineup.
That's one of those games that kind of Coach Leiby's daughter had the similar game where, man, she plays hard, but wow, she didn't get an opportunity to play because she had so many early fouls.
Yeah, she had a tough night in one of those games. Becker, Bryson with it up top. Back to Becker.
I like it. Good patience, good job. We didn't get anything. We had some looks, but we didn't take the shots. Now we got to look to run a good set here.
Kieran Anderson with it up top, plays it off to his right to Travis Beach. Down low now to Caleb Becker. Becker kicks it back up to Josh Stuber. As you said, Abilene being very patient here, leading by 2 points. Becker with it up top, straightaway 3, missed it too much on that shot, and a loose ball foul committed here by Abilene. I believe this will be Kieran Anderson who picks this up for the Cowboys. It is.
Column 45.
Those are one of those calls where referees wait to see who gets the ball. And if Hayes would have gotten the ball cleanly, I'm not quite sure he would have called the foul.
That is his 1st and Abilene's 3rd. Both teams with 3 team fouls. Abilene by 2, 3-minute mark at the third quarter. The Cowgirls lost tonight by 3 again to Hayes. Reuter to Nunnery. Nunnery, perimeter right. Probing on that right side. Back up top to Lindenberger straight away. Now to Krennewitter. Kiefer, a factor early. We haven't said his name a whole lot lately. Kiefer, 7 points in the first half, hasn't scored here in the third quarter. Pretty good defense from the Cowboys in the man-to-man. Here's Krennewitter inside. What, a travel? Yeah, there you go. He walks.
You know, I thought that was a tough call because I didn't think he walked, but we'll take it. I mean, I think he just kind of made a different move, and, you know, the referee was expecting him to shoot, and he didn't. It just looked a little awkward, but I didn't think he walked. But, you know, I'm an Abilene Cowboy, so, you know, we'll take it.
Yep. Certainly gets himself into trouble at times. Here's Beach going backdoor. He gets fouled by their big man, Reuter, and that's his third. So they're bigs in some foul problems right now.
And that actually was a good call. He went straight up, but he bodied Travis away from the basket. They're all kind of complaining because he did go straight up, but he did kind of move Travis towards the baseline.
And Travis is smart enough that he knows how to draw the foul. Travis leaves that first one short.
Yep.
Still a 2-point lead for Abilene. That was their 4th team foul. Travis bends, releases, short again. But it's rebounded by Kyrian. Kyrian now to Becker. Becker at the elbow. No good. Caleb going for the rebound with Reuter, and he's called for the foul. That's his third and Abilene's 4th.
Foul 34.
Darn it. 2-point Abilene lead. We've been stuck on this score here for a little bit, for about 2 minutes, actually. Hayes with the basketball. Down by 2. Linenberger, Reuter, now Nunnery. Abilene in a man-to-man. Nunnery settles in, shoots a 3, misses in and out. The shot rebounded by Avery Bryson. Bryson almost stolen by Crandall-Witter. Nice pass to Anderson. Anderson scores.
You know, Coach Grafey said, you know, you run offensive sets, you run all kinds of offense, but at the end of the day, it's chaos out there a lot of times, and people have to make plays. Players have to make plays.
Nunnery drove the baseline, tried to reverse on a layup attempt, and he was fouled hard by Josh Stuber. Stuber, his first, Abilene's 5th. Not a bad foul because Nunnery is just so good around the basket. Free throw up and missing for TJ Nunnery. Now that foul looking pretty smart. Nunnery, a 64% foul shooter. Bueller leading 49-33 after 3, so it looks like they're well on their way to being no worse than 5th. Nunnery missed them both, and now we have a foul called on Dale behind Becker. So Jordan Dale picks up his first. That is their 5th. Out on the floor for Abilene right now. Stuber will play it into Bryson. You have Beach in the backcourt as well. Becker and Anderson are out there too. Clearwater in the third quarter. It's either after 3 or in the third. 25-18 they lead over Collegiate. They're ahead of us in the standings. Bryson trying to throw it to Anderson. He thought he was fouled. He does not get that call. That's just Abilene's first turnover this quarter.
Yeah, and I thought it was going to be a tough pass to catch. He threw it really hard because he saw him so wide open. But, they're not going to call a lot of fouls here.
Kiefer trying to finish with his left hand, and he does. That was a nice finish for Carson Kiefer. 31-29 Abilene. Tight game here. Girls game was tight as well, with Hayes girls winning 37-34. Beat our girls in 2 games by a combined 6. 3 points twice. A minute to go in the third quarter. Bryson for 3. No. Strong. Missed it. Rebounded by Becker. Becker fouled. The 2 guys there, it's either Nunnery. I think it's Nunnery he's looking at.
I believe it's number 4. I believe it's going to be Carson Kiefer.
Well, I thought it was 2. I thought that's who fouled him, but he's calling it on Nunnery. So Nunnery just picked up his 3rd. Maybe they both fouled him and he just chose 1. I mean, I don't know. 6 fouls on Hayes. We'll take it.
We need to knock free throws down. Travis dismissed 2, and Caleb knocked down the first one.
That's his first attempt. He has now 6 all this quarter. 33-29 with 50 seconds to go. Second free throw's up, and he got it. Just enough touch on it. 34-29. Becker, a 60% foul shooter. Okay, so I thought that score was off, so it's actually 33-29. That's not what they had up there, but it's 33-29 the count. Kiefer with the basketball, up top. Now to Nunnery. Nunnery on the drive. Lowered his shoulder into Travis Beach. No call, and they're going to let it go.
I like that. I mean, good defense. And
here's Anderson, 33-31 Abilene, leading by 2. Becker over to Bryson, back up top to Stuber. Stuber just holding it right now. 15 seconds to go here in the third quarter. What a game here. Again, so much on the line. Abilene wins. They finish in the top 4 in the West. Kiefer, strip, Beach. Beach gets it back, misses. Tip try, no. Fight for that loose ball. Becker got it to Stuber. Stuber needs to shoot it, gets it off in time, and he missed it. Boy, that looked good. At the end of 3 quarters, 33-31, Abilene. We'll be back after this 1-minute timeout. You're listening to Cowboy Basketball on KABI. Three quarters of basketball. Buehler still leading their game. So, again, it looks like they're going to handle business, Craig.
Yeah, we fully expected them to do that.
I can get you that Buehler final, but they're up big. They're not going to lose. 33-31. Here's Avery Bryson for 3. I was just, oh, man, I thought he was going to make that. I was just saying we need him to score. He hasn't scored since the first quarter. I was down, and then it popped out.
Yeah, they were in a nice set, kind of what we call an elevator. You run through it, and then they close, and then he has an opportunity to shoot it.
You know, both teams, this has been a well-played second half. They're taking care of the ball, but we just got to gift there. Kiefer just walked with it. That's just their 3rd turnover. Abilene only 1 turnover that quarter.
Yeah, nothing easy. I mean, nothing easy. We're taking care of the ball. We're being patient. But defensively, I think both teams are playing pretty solid defensively.
This is really like a playoff game. I mean, they need this too. They're right now 5th. They could fall as low as 11th, talking to Dustin Armbruster, their radio guy.
Wow.
Yeah, I know, right? That's what he said anyways. Here's Josh Stuber, and he's a smart guy. I trust him. Pass down low, the pass to Hintz. Hintz having trouble with it. Now a foul on Grant, trying to get it back for his team, and it is. He fouled Reuter. That's just Grant's 2nd foul.
Man, I really kind of wanted Josh to take that. You know, Josh had an open 3, and, you know, I wanted to have him knock that down.
Both teams, a lot of things are close up there. Both teams with 16 fouls. Both teams with 4 timeouts left. Abilene leads 33-31, 7:16 to go in the game. Again, I haven't mentioned in a while that you can also watch the game with 5-Star Studio Productions. Charity Bathurst behind me. She is a journalism teacher here at Abilene High School. Just started it up not long ago, and you can watch the game on YouTube, and you can listen to us. Here's TJ Nunnery to the basket. Foul called on the floor. That's a tough call. That's going to be a foul number 7 on us, and that's on Beach, so that's a 1-and-1. Beach, that's just his first, I believe. That's what is Travis. Let me see. Yeah, that's first foul. Now Nunnery is 0 for 2 in this game at the line, and that came last quarter. Free throw up, and he missed it. Rebounded by Josh Stuber. Abilene up by 2. Beach, a corner 3 far side. Missed it off the heel. Rebounded by Schwartz. Schwartz in there with 4 fouls. Into the forecourt is Kiefer. Kiefer all the way to the basket. Missed it. Nobody. Boxing out. Reuter again, and he puts it right back. I don't know how you lose somebody that big, but they lose him.
Yeah, I think he was going to the basket on that layup anyway, so it was going to be a tough one. I don't think they expected Kiefer to drive all the way to the hole.
33 all. Blaze McVan now into the game for Abilene. McVan now to Stuber on the wing far side. Dribbles it back up top. 6:25 to go. Again, the girls lost by 3 tonight. Pass down low to Beach. Beach now to Blaze McVan, a 3. Yes, 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 he hit. He comes in, and, you know, situation's not too big for him, is it?
That was nice, and I love the set. Love that we ran it, and that's what happens when somebody came and helped, and all of a sudden he was free. And so we saw him, and he shot it. I mean, I don't think he touched the rim.
No, and that was contested there late, too, and it didn't bother him. Kiefer with it in the corner, driving on McFadden all the way to the basket, and it's going to be, man, they're going to give him continuation. He gets continuation, so a chance at a three-point play here for Carson Kiefer. That's a huge play.
Yeah, that's a tough call. Tough call. Good drive by Kiefer, and he was fouled. I kind of thought he was on the floor, but he gave it to him.
That's the 8th foul on Abilene. I didn't even see who they called the foul on. He rips the cords. He nails it, so it's tied up at 36. Did you see who they called that
I
on?
would guess it would be Blaze.
That was my thought. I think it is. Yeah, that'd be his second. That's his second.
Is that typical? Do they take it off that quickly on the scoreboard?
Whoever's running it struggling a little bit. They're not putting it up, but you can catch it. Missing inside is Avery Bryson. He gets followed on the follow attempt, but where you will see it pop up is on the individual player's information.
Gotcha.
But yeah, it's tough. I don't want to sit there and criticize them. I've ran scoreboards. They're intimidating. You can't even get some people. I've worked with some people, and they'll tell me, I'm not going to touch the scoreboard. I mean, really, I had to practice before I did it. I did it last year for Chapman Middle School. My girlfriend taught me. She runs them over there. Once you get it, though, they're a piece of cake. Beach, free throw line, buries the first. He'll get a second. That foul on them, they're 7th.
He's been short on his last 3, and that one just crawled over.
He has now 12 points, 37-36 Abilene. He got the roll on that one. 5:34 left, 13 for Beach. Beach had 11 in the first matchup with Hayes. So they check out Reuter. Schwartz is out there.
Nunnery thought he was coming out. Nunnery has also 4 fouls.
That foul must have been on him. I didn't mention who that was on. That was on him, his 4th. Again, it's making it tough when they don't flash it up in big numbers who the foul's on. Nunnery with it up top. 5:20 to go in the game. He's probing, kicks it back out to Cranwitter. He got to get in his face. Kiefer now for 3. In and out, missed it. Thank goodness. Boy, my heart skipped a beat.
And we don't need to rush here.
38-36 Abilene. 5 minutes to go.
I would really like us to get Nunnery on the bench with that 5th foul.
Yeah, he's such a difference maker. Here's Caleb Becker, fouled on the drive. This is going to be likely on Cranwitter.
Yep, I like that. And we talked about that.
Yep.
We talked about whoever Cranwitter's guarding, we have to take advantage of that height advantage. I'm shocked. There must have been a switch because he probably was guarding Blaze because he tries to match up with the smallest guy so he doesn't have to work hard on that end to get posted up.
It's the trade-off for both teams. Blaze is shorter too, but they're both good outside shooters, but it's a trade-off you have out there. First free throw is up and good there for Caleb Becker, and it's no disrespect to Blaze or Cranwitter. I mean, you're only so big. There's only so much you can do about it.
You know, I'm excited to see Blaze. I know he's always been known for being a really good shooter, but you know what? He's defended very well tonight too, and I think that would be and Coach Taylor takes a 30-second timeout.
Abilene right now back up by 4. They're on a 4-0 run after they had tied the game. And a 30-second timeout for the Cowboys. You know, the one thing that we didn't mention, we look over the last couple of games. Well, let me see here. Skipping the Clay Center game. I don't have those numbers right in front of me, but let's look at the Chapman game and the first Hayes game. Abilene's been shooting better at the free throw line. They're 4-4 this quarter. They were 10 of 13 at the line against Chapman, and they were 7 of 9 against Hayes. That's one thing that went right that game.
And you know what? Every game day, every single game day, they're in the gym at 7 in the morning. They all have to shoot 100 free throws, and they've done that religiously. And I don't know if they did it at the beginning of the season, but we struggled so much at the free throw line. I think it's something that they implemented after 3 or 4 games, and they've done it religiously.
Okay. If I'm adding this all up right, Abilene is 9 of 11 at the line in this game so far, Craig. Here's a 3, it's up and it's in. Dang it, Dalen Schwartz hits a 3.
You know, he has hardly played tonight, like we said, but you still got to get a hand up in their face. I mean, if he's comfortable shooting a 3, then he's allowed to do it. His coach is allowing him to do it, and so you got to at least get a hand up.
He's efficient. He's only made 6, but he's made half of them. He's made half of his three-point attempts, 12 attempts. Schwartz has it on the wing. Back up top to Avery Bryson. Bryson now to Becker. Way too much on that pass, and Abilene turns it over just for the second time this half.
And I think Becker was going to go back door, and I think originally, you know, Avery saw him, and he threw it a little bit behind him.
Almost to the halfway point of the fourth. Abilene leading by 1. Again, this game's so important. They win. They most likely will finish in 4th place in the West, get home court in the sub-state. And here's Schwartz, will turn around flip shot right at the rim. He has 5 quick points. And all of a sudden, Hayes leads 41-40 with 4:04 to go here in the game. A 30-second timeout for them.
And that's a matchup they like against Grant Hitz. They got Dalen Schwartz at kind of a little bit around the just on the inside of the free throw line. They got him the ball and they kind of spread it out, and so there was nobody else to help Grant. So he spun on Grant and laid it up and in. So he's going to have to get some help because they're going to try to get him the ball.
41-40, Hayes with the advantage. 4:04 to go here in this game. Yeah, it's going to stink. If Abilene can't hold on to this game and win it, or can't win this game and hold on to 4th place, we're going to have to go to Buhler not only for both games, first and second round. Buehler's about an hour. I think it's about an hour and 15 minutes, something like that from here. 41-40 Hayes with 4 minutes to go here in this game. Travis Beach will walk it across the timeline for Abilene. Beach to his right to Avery Bryson. Now to Becker. Over to his left to Travis Beach. Blaze for 3. Yes, he answers. Blaze McVan, his second 3 this quarter. 43-41. Abilene grabs right back that lead again. Schwartz with it up top. He's been the man of the moment. That stops a 5-0 run for them. Schwartz had scored all 5 in that run. Here's Kiefer all the way to the basket. Nobody stopped him. Finished with the left hand. Man, has he been amazing in this game or what?
Yeah, we didn't see much of that in the first outing with him. I knew he was a good player, and I didn't see a lot from him.
He has 14 points. First game he had 4, but he's picking up the slack. Lindenberger scored that game. Lindenberger's been MIA this game. Becker down the lane right side, back up top to Beach. 3 minutes to go. We're tied at 43. Again, the girls lost tonight by 3. I don't want to go to Buhler. Come on, boys. Becker has it at the free throw line. Now right side of the lane to Travis Beach. Beach backing out beyond the three-point line right now in front of his bench, defended by Nunnery. 2:48 to go. Bryson has it on the wing. Avery. Somebody's going to be really upset at the end of this game because both of these teams have played really good. Here's Becker inside. He's going to be blocked and fouled. Reuter was underneath. So was Schwartz.
Ooh.
I
love the pass. I love the play. We'll take the call. I mean, they've been calling it very close down underneath. And
that is, now if we go to overtime, this could impact because you have Nunnery, Reuter, and Schwartz all with 4 fouls now. Becker,
you really can't, a lot of times coaches will look up the board and go, wow, it's 9-2 or it's 8-1 or whatever. They may be some close calls, but you know what?
There's both ways.
It's going both ways.
Yeah, that's one thing that Eric Danifer commented. It's been consistent. It's going both ways, and it's true. Second free throw's up, and he missed it. So now it's a 1-point game, so that may hinder it being overtime. It's 44-43, Abilene, 2:30 to go. Nunnery to Kiefer. Kiefer has it on the wing, back up top now to Reuter. Abilene in a man-to-man defense. Nunnery has it over on the right side, above the three-point line. Given some space on the drive, runs through Hintz. What's the call here? Oh, wow. Grant was planted. And he wasn't moving. That's a tough call.
Foul on 42.
Well, here's the good news. TJ Nunnery has not been good at the line. This is a 1-on-1, right? This is a 1-on-1. Is that what he put up? Okay. So Nunnery this game is 0 for 3 at the line.
Bryson back in for the Cowboys.
So for Grant, that was his 4th. Both teams now with 9 team fouls. Have to rebound, folks. Have to rebound. They got 2 big guys underneath. He missed it. Another miss. He's 0 for 4. Becker with the rebound. A big board for him.
We missed a couple free throws early, and now they're missing a few late.
We've been good, though, at the line here in this game and in this quarter. We're 5 of 6. We've been a lot better than they have, and that's the difference in this game at the line.
I like Caleb's matchup here, especially out. Get Caleb the ball out, kind of out away from the basket.
Oh, come on. Dang it. Stuber throws it away looking for Blaze McVan. Well, I like a lot of our matchups for the fact that so many guys have 4 fouls for him, so they're in really trouble with that. That's why he's checking in so many people here, which is good for us. I mean, they're big. Reuters, 6'8", 4 fouls. Schwartz, 6'6". They're both on the bench. 4 fouls for him. Nunnery's out there with 4 fouls, too. So they have the ball down by 1 with 4:47 to go. Nunnery open at the top, thought about a 3. Now over to Dale. Dale back over to Nunnery. Nunnery puts a lot of pressure on you, but, if he does get fouled, don't let him have that. Dang it, foul him. I would have hacked him on the arm because he can't make free throws. He makes that shot. 45-44, they lead. You knew that's who they wanted to go to. He's their best offensive player.
I like Caleb here, too. I mean, with Dalen Schwartz, we'll get Caleb on the post and have him go to work if we can do it.
Here's Avery Bryson. Now he's fouled. We'll see if Avery can make some free throws. Goes to the line at 47%. He has not attempted a free throw, has not scored since the first quarter. If he can just make one. Here's the good news. It's a 2-shot foul, but it'll be 2 shots the rest of the way, as that was their 10th foul, but we have 9, so we're in the same boat. Bryson's free throw is good. How about that for Avery Bryson? Huge free throw.
Now, I've been impressed with Nunnery. I mean, he has finished really well. He's taken the ball to the hole and finished. He's done a great job tonight.
Well, he scares me to death. That's why I was shocked he didn't score a lot the last game. He missed the second free throw. We're tied at 45 with 1:08 to go in the game. Schwartz up top, over to Dale. Dale has it on the right side. Back to Nunnery between the circles. A little bit past midcourt, backing now into the center court logo. They're just going to hold for the final shot here. Have to be careful.
Can I beg for the shot clock here? Gosh.
Yeah, I hear you.
This is probably the right strategy, though. You either win the game or you go to overtime.
I think that was 2003. Here's Kiefer. Schwartz coming across. Man, he gets an easy look and scores. Dang it. Dalen Schwartz has been a difference maker for them here in the fourth quarter. He has 7 of his 9 points in this fourth quarter.
I believe it's a full timeout.
Who took that?
Hayes.
Dang it.
The one thing when they spread you out like that, they kind of lull you to sleep a little bit thinking you're going to wait. But if they get an opportunity to get to the lane, all of a sudden now you're beat, and now your teammates are coming to help, and then they leave, and they ended up leaving Dalen Schwartz for their layup. And they're going to take layups. They're going to take layups in a situation like that. They're not going to take any deep shots. They're going to take layups.
And they've been penetrating so well. That makes them so tough. Nunnery and Kiefer especially. 47-45, 31 seconds left. Abilene has 3 timeouts. They have the basketball. Alternate possession does favor Hayes. Hayes with 2 timeouts left. Both teams in the double bonus. Abilene has 9 fouls. They have 10. Hayes leads by 2. Abilene led by 2 going into the fourth. They led by 4 at halftime and led by 5 at the end of the first quarter. They send out Reuter, Kiefer, Schwartz, Nunnery, and Cranowiter. So they have 3 guys out there with 4 fouls. Abilene has McVan.
And we're going small. We're going small against their bigs. McVan,
Beach, Bryson, Stuber, and Becker. Yeah, they have 3 guys out there with 4 fouls. So Blaze McVan with the basketball up top to Bryson. 20 seconds left. Now Beach with it. Home court advantage on the line here in this game for Abilene. They trail by 2. McVan catches it up top. It's not there for him. Beach back with the basketball with 10 seconds left. And a timeout here for Terry Taylor. He's going to draw up a play. A full timeout for Abilene and a smart timeout. 9.6 seconds.
We were actually setting up, and it's a full timeout. Are we going to stay here?
Yeah.
Okay. We were actually setting up for the win. Mm-hmm. We were setting up a play to run to Blaze to get the shot to the win. Terry Taylor's got a million plays. We all know that. So it'll be interesting to see what he comes out with. But I'm guessing he's going to go small again.
What's the $1 million question? What do you think? They're at home here. You hear on the time that maybe on the road you go for the win, but we're in a pretty good spot if we go to overtime because of their foul trouble. What do you do here?
Here's the tricky part, because Nunnery has defended Travis incredibly well. Mm-hmm. And Cranowiter is defending Blaze incredibly well. Caleb Becker handles the ball pretty well. I'd like to see him get the ball in his hands away from the basket against the big guy. against Dalen Schwartz.
And he's been pretty good at the line.
Yeah, absolutely. And then go to the hole hard, or pump fake, get him up in the air. I mean, there's a lot of things that he can do because the big guy is guarding him. I'm not sure which one it's going to be when he comes out here, but he's going to get their big guy. Maybe you see Caleb getting the ball.
Becker has 10 points, all in the second half, so he's been their best player after halftime, and he's 5 of 6 to the line. So Terry Taylor takes another timeout. He wanted to see how they set up.
So they set up in a man. And then guess what? You never know what they'll come out in the next.
They may throw something else out.
It was interesting. I saw Cranwater saying something to kind of our side over there. That was kind of interesting. I'm not quite sure who he was talking to. It's a competitive game.
Yeah.
It's there's a lot of emotion, a lot of juices flowing, and there's a lot at stake.
Really for both teams. I've been talking so much about us. For them, I mentioned that they're not going to crack the top 4, but they could finish anywhere from 5th to 11th, according to Dustin Armbruster. For us, so much. I mean, no one likes to travel. We don't want to go to Buhler, but if we lose, we're likely going to have to go to Buhler or the Buhler sub-state instead of it being the Abilene sub-state. Our girls are already going to have to travel to Wamego, so we'll deal with it. But if we could get sub-state at home, it's just a huge advantage to try to make it to state. Happened last year for our girls, and it happened for the Chapman boys. Becker to play it in.
I like him getting the ball back as soon as he gets it in.
Holding. Finally gets it into Travis Beach. Beach on the drive. Shoots. Scores! He scored! Travis Beach with an incredible shot. I would have liked to have saw a foul called. We didn't get it, but Travis Beach put on that Superman cape again.
And he got fouled, too.
I thought he did.
Absolutely got fouled.
He got knocked to the floor. If they're calling it like they have been the whole game, come on, give us that call.
But here's the deal. At the end of the game, I'm happy with the referee letting the play happen. I know we'd love the call. Mm-hmm. We'd love to see him at the free throw line here, getting an and one. But I like how he, I'm okay with that.
Now, here's the deal, though. Okay, I didn't see who took the timeout there.
They did.
Okay, so they took a timeout, and it was a full timeout for them. We can't pat ourselves too much on the back here.
There's 5 seconds.
Yeah.
5.
Oh, man, they put more time back, so they're going to get 5.5 seconds. That's a lot of time. We're going to have to be careful not to foul.
Yeah, I'm curious to see how we do this. I'd like them to make them work a little bit to get the ball up to half court. I don't want them to get a free run at it or even, because they're going to try to roll the ball down. I'd like to make sure we pick them up at least 3/4 court and make them work hard for it. We got to be careful about letting them blow by us.
So they put time back on the clock of 5.5 seconds. 47-47. Abilene with pressure the length of the floor. Passing in for them will be Dale. They have Dale, and then Nunnery and Kiefer in the backcourt, Schwartz at midcourt, and Cranwitter all the way underneath Abilene's basket.
I'm guessing that Kiefer might get the ball here.
Holding. Don't call a foul. What's the call here? Okay.
Timeout.
I didn't want them to call us for holding.
That is their last timeout.
So they are out of timeouts. It's another full. 5.5 seconds to go here. Again, Travis Beach just nailed a shot. And that's who, we were talking about all the scenarios. Really, it should go through his hands. He's a senior. Collegiate wins 39-35. So
that makes Clearwater 14-6, which is where we want to be. So
see if we can, and it will adjust too. We can see their defensive points allowed. Clearwater, their defensive points allowed are better than ours, so they should still get the tiebreaker if we would tie them. And Andale could possibly tie us too. Both of them have better defensive points.
And I'm sure Coach Taylor has already reviewed that. I didn't realize that the defensive averages were on there.
I didn't either initially. 5.5 seconds to go. They probably want to get it to Nunnery. That's my thinking.
Yeah, I still think that, they may look to, Kiefer's done a great job getting to the basket,
Now they're doing something different here. Kiefer's going to throw it in this time.
Yep.
Abilene full court man-to-man, 5.5 seconds to go. They're out of timeouts. They get it into Schwartz. Schwartz brings it across midcourt. Schwartz. Nunnery picks it up. Did he get it off in time? He got it off in time. Shoot. TJ Nunnery gets the rebound after the Nunnery miss, and he scores to win it for them. And that extra time they put back on was vital. I'm not saying it was wrong, but that extra time proved to be huge. They get the win, 49-47. Post-game show next here on KABI. Tonight, Hayes defeats Abilene at the buzzer. It was a missed shot by Dalen Schwartz. Schwartz took the ball in the backcourt, brought it all the way to the basket. Good defense. Caleb Becker blocked him. Nunnery picked up the missed shot, flipped it up and in to give Hayes the win, 49-47. Travis Beach just moments earlier had tied the game at 47 all. They had 4.3 seconds on the clock. The referees said put more time on. They put 5.5 seconds, that extra time pivotal in the victory for Hayes. Abilene got off to that great start. They led 15-3, led by 12 points. Led 15-10 after 1, 22-18 at halftime, 33-31 after 3, and 49-47 the final. The Cowboys, they fall to 13-7, and with that loss, will likely now fall out of the top 4 in the West and be 5th, and that will force Abilene to go most likely to Buhler if everything falls as I expect it, to the Buhler sub-state. Hayes, they improved to 13-6 with the win. They still have one game left as they will host Dodge City tomorrow. Girls game, it was, well, a bummer too. The Cowgirls lost 37-34 as once again to Hayes, they had a fourth quarter lead evaporate. 49-47 the final. The boys game, Cowboys lose at the buzzer. TJ Nunnery, the hero. I will talk to you in the morning from Salina. Our coverage starts at 10, and we have our first wrestler going in the first match of the state tournament in Salina tomorrow at 10 o'clock. So big thanks to Eric Danifer, Craig Wildy, and of course Billy Hansen. That'll do it for me, Trent Sanchez. I'll talk to you in the morning from Salina at the state wrestling tournament. And by the way, I should say sub-state basketball, the girls will play Tuesday, most likely at Wamego against Wamego, and the boys, they will play Wednesday at Buhler. Don't know the opponent yet. That'll do it for me, Trent Sanchez. I'll talk to you in the morning right here on KABI.